President Trump again. Third time. 3 months, 3 arrests. That's what they're doing. And there's some big updates on that happened overnight that we're going to get to. Did any of you guys catch the Trump town hall? We got a lot going on this morning. Here we go. All right, 10 seconds.
ComparionInsurance.com. Comparion Insurance Agency.
Here we go.
Local agents, expert advice.
And there's number 4.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Brian. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve King Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. Oh, man, a lot has happened since yesterday, and a lot has happened since my head hit my MyPillow last night, too, that we're going to get into. There's been some major updates on the big story of yesterday. President Trump is going to be arrested again by this lunatic, Jack Smith. You know, I know Kevin McCarthy has said, it's the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. What should be going on right now, I mean, think about it. We've got 3 indictments of President Trump, and is it 3 months? About 3 months, 3 indictments. This one I'll talk about in some more detail because what they're doing with this one is insane. They're all insane, but this one is incredibly insane. And we're going to talk about what their plans are with this latest indictment out of Washington, D.C. with the J6 stuff. But we've got 3 indictments in 3 months. And we're going to have another one in Georgia. So it's going to be 4. And who knows what else they're scheming. But we got 3 indictments against President Trump. 3 arrests. 2 arrests, 1's upcoming. Where are the Republicans on this? Really, where are they? Coming out to some cameras and being mildly annoyed by, this is Banana Republic, with their Ukraine flags on, their lapels. What needs to happen, should have happened after the first one. But hey, what needs to happen right now is Kevin McCarthy needs to come out on the Capitol steps with every member of the House of Representatives and every Republican in the Senate, and immediately, by the end of the weekend, impeach this outlaw Attorney General we have, Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland is a gangster. He's a mob attorney, literally, because he's the Attorney General for Biden. So we have outlaws running the government. And where are the Republicans? I talked about this after the first indictment. When Bill Clinton was impeached for really such a minor little thing, when you compare with this BS they're throwing at Trump, he was impeached for suborning perjury, telling someone to lie under oath. The day that he was impeached in 1998, I remember it like it was yesterday. Al Gore was the vice president and the president of the Senate, and they rented tour buses, the Democrats, and every Democrat in the United States Congress, both houses, drove over to the White House. They went out on the front lawn of the White House, led by Al Gore. They had Bill Clinton there, and they had a press conference supporting him. They said he was the greatest president of our lifetime, greatest president ever, blah, blah, blah. And they had a united front. Where are our people? They walk through the hallways, get caught by a reporter. Oh, yeah, that's such a terrible thing. Except Marjorie Taylor Greene, who used some salty language that I can't use on the radio. She says it's BS. She said the whole word, which was beautiful. So I'm right now, I'm really angry at Kevin McCarthy and the Republican leadership. I really am. They need to have a mass press conference, all of them together, with President Trump in solidarity, in support of him, and announce that they will have an immediate impeachment vote on the Attorney General. This is insane what's going on here. President Trump is not just the leading candidate in the Republican primary. He's beating Joe Biden in all the polls, too, by a lot. And they know they cannot stop him. They thought that Ron DeSantis was going to save him. Ron DeSantis, we were all going to be on board the DeSantis train, and this Benedict Arnold lunatic. And that fizzled. And the polls, I mean, some of these polls, Trump's over 60 points in some of these polls. He's unbeatable. So the reason they're coming in with this J6, if you're on hold, stand by. I'll get to the calls after the first break at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. There's a few reasons why they're doing this D.C. Arrest and indictment of President Trump. One of them is that they know they're going to lose this case here in Florida. We got a Trump-appointed MAGA judge in the most MAGA jury pool you could possibly have. Remember, 71% of the jury pool in the counties that this documents case we pulled in, 71% voted Trump in 2020. So there's no way to get a conviction with a jury pool that was 71% Trump then, and is probably higher now because of everything they've done and the migration to Florida with so many people from blue states. So they're going up to Washington, D.C. and getting an indictment because they have a better chance of getting a conviction up there. Almost 100%, frankly, if it goes to trial in D.C. But the other thing is, this involves January 6th, and they're going to label him with some insurrection charges. And that old law from the Civil War that says if you've taken up arms or took part in an insurrection against the federal government, you cannot hold federal office. They put this in effect so that General Lee didn't become the president of the United States, or Jefferson Davis didn't become president of the United States after the Civil War, one of the other Confederates that were popular at the time. And they're going to apply that. So if they've got a pending insurrection J6 charge, even if that's not what the charge is, by the way, they'll call it that, and they're going to use that to try to keep him off the ballots in some of these primary states. Remember, in January is when the Iowa caucus is, and that's when the primaries start, mid-January. And if they get through that and they don't succeed, then they're going to go to the Republican convention next year and have a brokered convention because he's got pending insurrection charges against him. That's what they're doing here. This is also why they're charging Ray Epps. How can they charge Trump with J6 when Ray Epps is running around? Ray Epps is never going to be convicted of anything, okay? That's a show charge. But that's why they've charged Ray Epps. So this is insane. And I'll tell you, I've been calling Kevin McCarthy the Judas of Mar-a-Lago for a long time. And this is when I'm either going to be proven right or wrong. Why is Merrick Garland not being impeached? By the way, can the Congress also take action against this lunatic prosecutor who's out of control? This is America, not Venezuela or one of these other third world pits of hell where they don't have working democracies, okay? We do not in America, even if this was Biden with all his bribery and everything, you don't arrest the leader of a political party that's the chief opposition in an election. It's the United States. This isn't Guatemala. Now, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll take our first break, come back with some calls, and there's been some major updates that I'm going to get to as well. My name is Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Show. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE 1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane
It's insanity.
on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The big boy.
This is insanity. Oh, I got another. Somebody sent me a package. And let's see. Is this. Got another package here. I think this is the shirt person from yesterday. I got another shirt package because it feels like the shirts. Yes, more shirts. More shirts. I don't know who sent these shirts. This one, oh, this one's fancy. Designed in Italy. Doesn't say made in Italy, but designed in Italy. Who are sending me all these shirts? Does somebody out there think that I need some new clothes? I don't know. I don't know. Who's sending me all these shirts, guys? Now, what? In a word, describe Kevin McCarthy's reaction to this third indictment in 3 months. I mean, I think he's just a monster. I'm so ticked off at that guy. Yes, I mean, this is crazy, guys. I'm disgusted by him. Judas, a waste. Yeah, those are good. Those are good descriptors. They should have Merrick Garland impeached. Yellow, chicken, disgraceful. Tell me, yes or no, does Kevin McCarthy want Trump arrested? I think he does. I think he wants him out of the way. I do. I don't think Kevin McCarthy's with us at all. Coward, that's another good word. So with that shirt, that's like 14 shirts someone sent me. I rode the MAGA scooter in today. The weather was so nice. I was like, well, it's supposed to rain at 7, but the rest of the morning it's not supposed to be raining, so hopefully it won't rain.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone?
Yeah, I have no idea who sent me all of these shirts.
Well, then come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical...
Kevin McCarthy, remember, he's a California Republican. These California Republicans today aren't like the Nixon-Reagan era of California Republicans.
In South Florida, you don't have to live with pain any longer. 754-222-642.
CCP controls the state of California. Here we go.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. On 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Now listen up. The free doorbell camera offer is back at Sloman's, so stay tuned for that. I'll give you more details on that later today, throughout the day, but I'm going to give you the number, 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050. I'm going to talk about this more later today, but I've got the doorbell camera. I love it. It's incredibly awesome. Remember I told you the police came knocking on my door a couple weeks ago? I wasn't home. I was here. My wife was home. And they wanted to know if they could look at our camera footage because there had been a car theft from one of our neighbors. And what did we do? We gave it to them. That's right. We emailed it to the detective. But listen to this. Listen to this. If you're one of the first 40 listeners who call 833-283-5050, you'll get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield so you can see your front of your home no matter where you are from the palm of your hand. Sloman's, they're also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. That's right, my daughter has this doorbell camera at her new house. You get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. And if you're one of the first 40 listeners to call this morning, 833-283-5050, you'll get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call them right now, 833-283-5050, 833-283-5050. And this is a limited time offer. You hear us talk about it from time to time, then it's gone. So take advantage of this. That doorbell camera will change your life. Now, there's been some seizures. Let me share this story. There have been seizures of Trump cell phones. This is insane. This is insane. Tyranny. We are living under tyranny right now. All right, listen to this. Listen to this. The feds confiscated the cell phones of 3 Trump insiders. Boris Epstein, you know him. He's one of the great people that are around Trump, and he's on with Bannon all the time on the War Room. Mike Roman, John Eastman, and Jeffrey Clark. Oh, that's 4. They've seized 4 Trump cell phones as part of the FBI and Justice Department investigation into this latest Trump indictment. Federal investigators have seized the cell phones of advisors to President Trump, including, it says including, so there may be more. Boris Epstein, who's an in-house lawyer who works with President Trump. Mike Roman, a campaign strategist for President Trump. Federal investigators also seized the cell phones of John Eastman, a legal architect of President Trump, is how he's described, and also from attorney Jeffrey Clark, who Trump was thinking about appointing as the attorney general at one point. This is insane. Reported in the New York Times, by the way. And you know what? So here we have, this is insane. They're seizing materials from Trump attorneys. They've been doing this for years, since they broke into Michael Cohen's office. And you know what this is? Fishing expeditions. Let's see if they can find something in their phones connecting to President Trump. See, this is why President Trump has difficulty getting attorneys. If you're an attorney for President Trump, you could find yourself raided. You have your law office broken into. You could have your cell phone that has all your confidential communications with clients. I mean, this is tyranny we are in. This is not a justice system. We are run by gangsters. All right, let's take some of these calls at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. How you been?
Hey, Wisconsin Gary. I don't know. I mean, 3 months, 3 indictments of the president. They're seizing the phones of more of his attorneys. It's not a good time.
Well, there's other points that I'd like to make that's been mentioned. President Trump always mentioned that eventually, he wants to drain the swamp. So if that would mean also McCarthy, the majority of those that are like the FBI and everything, because there's a lot of overreach on everything. Fox News has turned their back on Trump. Only a few people that are maybe not Fox related anymore are sticking up for Trump. And you know what? Maybe he's actually going to try draining the swamp his last time, and it's probably his only last time, but they're going to want to try to keep him out of office as much as possible. And it's not right. This is the most vetted president ever in U.S. history, when we got somebody that's there now that's doing everything completely wrong and basically nothing's being done. So, you know what? When maybe Trump gets in office, maybe he should have the lay down, come back, and maybe Hunter Biden will actually be in office where he should be. And Biden himself, he'll probably should spend the rest of his life in a federal penitentiary or where else.
Well, I'll tell you the thing with, hey, by the way, Wisconsin Gary, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling. I want to mention this before I forget. Did you guys see Biden asleep on TV yesterday at that press moment, right, with the Israelis? Did you see that? Has anyone in the media suggested that maybe he was so out of it because they can't have cocaine around the White House anymore? There has been, President Trump had been saying for the last 2 weeks, well, I guess it's been about 11, 12 days, that it was Joe Biden, not Hunter Biden's cocaine. Remember, President Trump's been saying that a lot. And he doesn't just say stuff. He's well informed, and he knows what's going on. And I think that's a question that I think we need to ask and have answered. I mean, we've known Biden's checked out, but have you ever seen him that checked out? Biden was like, ooh, that's the worst I've seen him. I think what do you guys? That's the worst I've seen. He was in there, and his head was down. He was in the chair. Is that what Biden's like without cocaine? I don't know. All I know is this. They found cocaine in the White House in a secure area at the Situation Room where high-level people, including presidents, go only. 2, President Trump has been saying for 2 weeks that it was Joe's cocaine, right? And 3, I notice a big difference in Joe's actions. And when I was talking about going through Secret Service the other day, going through my wallets, I was really thinking hard about this. I think that's the only time that the Secret Service went through my wallet. Okay? And at the event on Saturday, because President Trump was there. And this is what I'm guessing. I think the Secret Service are plenty ticked that this investigation was shut down and they weren't allowed to release the results of it. So what they've done is they've elevated their security levels, the Secret Service, searching wallets because cocaine comes in these little baggies. At least that's what I've seen on TV and in the movies. I would not know firsthand how cocaine comes. Okay? But that's why I think they're going through wallets all of a sudden. So whoever is bringing the cocaine into the White House, they can't bring it in the wallet anymore because the wallets are being searched and everything in your pockets are being searched. They've elevated the security level at the White House. I bet you they have drug dogs there. But has it occurred to anyone in the media? I don't know. Have you seen anyone in media speculate that Biden was so checked out yesterday because of this cocaine issue? If you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show.
Tell me what you guys think about that. I mean, I've seen that footage of Biden yesterday, and that's like the worst I've seen him. Would you guys agree with that? I mean, so far as his energy level and being out of it. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Like my shirt. This is an Old Navy shirt. I have a couple of shirts with oranges on them. One's darker than this one. The other orange shirt has blue instead of white in the background. Oh, no. I think that's... Has anyone in the media speculated on that? I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. When you guys like the video, subscribe, click that notification bell. It helps grow the channel. And, I mean, and here we are. I mean, my goodness. You guys have supported me so much. We're over 66,000 subscribers now. I mean, that 70,000 subscriber mark is in reach. That's amazing. So make sure you guys are subscribed. And if you're new, subscribe. I'm going to go back to the phones when we get back. Oh. But, yeah, I mean, there's just something not quite right. Just something not quite right going on here. No. No, I mean, if you watched him yesterday, totally checked out. No more unboxings. I have nothing else to unbox, just that last shirt. I don't do unboxings too much, Freedom Soup, because you never know what's coming. People mail me things here to the radio station all the time. It's nice to get gifts. The only thing, if anyone sends me food, I will not eat it. People sometimes send food. I do not eat food that people send for obvious reasons. Sometimes I'll leave it. People at the radio station will eat it. They don't care, but not me. I don't consume anything a listener sends me in the mail that's food or drink. Well, you know. Exactly. Would you? No way. I don't even eat at restaurants we do personal appearances at. I don't know. There'll be creeps out there. Mm-hmm. Well, tell me what you guys think. Is it just a coincidence Biden was checked out asleep more than ever and the cocaine story happened? I mean, is that Biden without it? I don't know. Oh yeah, I've had listeners bring me birthday cakes and stuff. On my birthday or something. I give them to if anybody at the radio station wants to. I will not eat anything a listener sends me. Mm-mm. Unless I really know them. Like the person who sent me the Trump honey the other day is someone I know, Brad. He goes on our cruises, was on the last cruise, going to be on the next one. So I know him. So that's,
They're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad. I got slippers on the way too.
Go to mypillow.com and use our promo code Kane to check out KANE and buy your MyPillow 2.0. Right now, buy one, get one free. You can also order by phone, toll free, 800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code
we'll be back
Kane.
shortly, and I'm gonna go right to the phones when we get back. Yeah, junkies. They're junkies. Outlaw junkies are running our country. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's sad. But the one I'm most angry at today is Kevin McCarthy. Because he's not doing it. He could do things, and he's not. It is. You know, that's what really ticks me off. A rhino. I call them rats. Republicans against Trump. Republicans against Trump. Rats. Oh, yeah. Kevin McCarthy is most definitely a swamp creature. I mean, they should have an emergency session of the House and impeach Kevin McCarthy should have a special session of the House and impeach Merrick Garland. This is insane. Well, we don't advertise the Ring doorbell cameras. Our doorbell cameras are different.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Oh, man, they're arresting our president again. They're seizing the phones of campaign staff and attorneys. They've already done that. We are living in a banana republic. We're living in a police state. We are living under tyranny. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie.
Hey, Richie.
This is worse than we are both thinking, and this is Venezuela right now. They have taken over. McCarthy is listen. There's not one Senate Republican that's opened their mouth in leadership. McConnell's totally silent. McCarthy spoke up, but even if they take Garland and they impeach him, he doesn't get to the Senate. Because the Senate's against.
It doesn't matter. That's like, that doesn't matter. It's something we need to stand up and show a united Republican Party against these outlaws.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, and I hate to say this, they're going to take Trump down this time, and I'm sure of it. And there's no way we can stop it because they've taken over this country. Well, they think this is a coup that's going to.
Well, if they take him to trial, he can still be on. We'll still elect him if we have to write him in. I mean, listen. Just because we're not going to be able to remove Merrick Garland in the Senate doesn't mean he should not be impeached. It needs to be. Kevin McCarthy needs to call an emergency session of the House and have him impeached by Sunday.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's going to be symbolic. The fact that
all the impeachments are symbolic. No one has ever been removed from office from the presidency.
Well, you're seeing something that's never happened in this country before. But this is the fourth branch of government taking Trump down. This prosecutor was not elected by one person. He was appointed. The only thing that we could possibly do is defund the whole justice.
That's right. Kevin McCarthy should shut down the entire government, shut down the government over this, and I agree with you. Cut off all funding to the to the Justice Department and all their affiliate organizations. Okay, the government should be shut down. Everything should be cut off. There should be no business being done in the Congress right now. The House of hey Richie, thanks for the call. The House of Representatives controls the purse strings. They have, and in fact, the House of Representatives, out of the two houses, is the most powerful because they control the Treasury. They should shut it all down, the entire government, and they should do it proudly. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, Dave in Newmarket.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
Hey, I think they should go ahead and impeach Garland, and when it gets into the Senate, but you have the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court there, and my golly, he hears all these questions and sees how guilty he is, and when the Senate lets him off, it's a shame they can't step in and say, my gosh, he's as guilty as can be.
Listen, Garland's not going to be removed in a Senate trial, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't impeach him in the House and draw attention to it and shut down the federal government. Shut down the federal government, every aspect of it.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, Virginia, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
This whole thing with them taking the phones of these guys, of Epstein and the rest of them, remember, they did the same thing to Mike Lindell.
That's right.
That was basically in Trump's circle. That was a test case for what they're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, when they broke into Michael Cohen's office when he was still President Trump's attorney, these are fishing expeditions. They want to see what they can find. If they had evidence, they wouldn't be seizing the phones. They're seizing the phones looking. They're investigating men looking for crimes. It's not supposed to work that way.
Right, and as far as this whole thing about, you want that mark on his record. The mark on Clinton's record is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Got impeached. They didn't go to trial, but he got impeached. The mark is still on Clinton's record. You want that mark on his record. You want that mark on Biden's administration's record.
What do you think about shutting down the government? Shutting down the entire federal government?
Shut it down and be willing, because they're gonna say, well, you're gonna checks and stuff.
Yeah. That still goes through. The essentials still happen, like Social Security checks and all that stuff still happen. The military can still get paid. Shutting down the government, it only shuts down non-essential functions. But it still needs to be done. And if it has to be shut down until after Trump wins in 2024, so be it.
Yeah, so be it. I mean, look, I figure this. If you shut it down and the country runs just as well as it does when it's up and running, go ahead and shut it down.
Absolutely. Hey, Mike, thank you for the call. Mike in Louisiana. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Karen. How are you today?
All right, Carrie. What's up?
Good. What you thought, my son just got a subpoena from the AUSA in D.C. and he has to fly up next.
What? What are you? How is this? Is this involving the Trump case?
Yeah, January 6th.
Oh my goodness! What happened? What's his connection to January 6th?
Well, he was a Capitol cop at that time. He was there during the whole videos of him being in the middle of everything.
Oh my goodness!
During the whole mess, and finally got him out of there, and he's in with the Marshal Service. But they're flying him up, putting him up in a hotel.
to give testimony.
And what do you think that's about? What are they looking for?
Well, they're looking to see if they were given any direction as far as, maybe standing aside, letting people in, which they were not.
Wow.
Nothing came from Trump. Pelosi runs and ran that part. Trump was not even allowed in the building unless he's invited. He had restriction, no say in anything. She ran it. She just wanted everything to stand down and let him go by.
His son was a Capitol cop on January 6th. Well, is your son one of the Capitol cops I've seen on television in all this footage that day?
He was never in any of that footage. I have footage of him. They never showed any of the footage that he was in. When Tucker did his stuff, there was a few times I saw him on TV with some of the stuff that Tucker put out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So
they're really dredging this stuff up from January 6th, even though President Trump's been clear time and time again.
And he will again. And he will again.
And a DC jury is not a Fort Pierce jury.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we'll keep everything crossed, and he'll win. He always does, and he always will.
Yeah.
Strongest, and that's that.
All right, Kerry, I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, if you missed that, Kerry, his son was a Capitol police officer at the Capitol on January 6th. He's just received a subpoena for this grand jury that has sent the subpoena to President Trump to testify. And they've flown him up there, first class. They're putting him up in a hotel and everything. I told you, you never know who's listening. That's why anytime I'm on I assume everyone's listening, not out of arrogance, but you just got to assume that. You never know who's listening, especially in Florida, because everyone comes to Florida. Wow, that's scary stuff. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
Listen, all the Republicans that are not standing up for Trump are in two categories. They're compromised and part of the deep state, or they're just plain cowards. And I'm telling you, Kevin McCarthy should have every Republican that supports Trump on that front step supporting him, and they are cowards. They won't do their job, and their job is to do justice for the American.
That's right, and I'll tell you, these jokers running for president, this goes for all of them, from Ramaswamy and DeSantis to they should all drop out and endorse President Trump and stand up against this tyranny that we're living under and endorse President Trump's 2024 run.
Absolutely, amen, because when we join together with we the people are behind Trump. If we just get the majority of the Republicans to do it, this stuff will go away because they have nothing on him. Nothing has ever stuck and nothing ever will.
See, I don't understand what this latest thing. So let's say the January 6th was what they say it was, right? Just for the discussion, right? How's that Trump's fault? He said peacefully. His last word, peacefully. So elected officials and politicians are responsible for what their supporters do. Does that mean that Bernie Sanders is responsible for the shooting of Steve Scalise since one of his campaign workers shot Steve Scalise? Why is he an accessory to that because one of his supporters committed a major crime, Bernie Sanders? I didn't think we were responsible for the crimes of others.
The DOJ is so corrupt, and it has a two-tier justice system, one for liberals and one against Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally hypocrisy, and we need to change that because we are going to, if Trump was managed to be kept out of the White House in 2024, the country, and that's why they're fighting so hard. Trump has the pulse of we the people, and they cannot stop us from voting.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, even if we have to write him in. Jeff, I got to take our break, but good points. Thank you for the call. We'll take our last break of the first hour and be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Have you been in Chowderhead since Jupiter?
This is nuts, people. This is completely insane.
They have daily summer specials too. Monday is all you can eat mussels with 2 sides
What, yes or no? You think Kevin McCarthy should shut down the government and impeach Merrick Garland today? He should do it today. Can't they just call an impeachment vote? They don't have to have endless months of hearings. Just call an impeachment vote today. Impeach him and then shut down the government. And you know what? If he gets acquitted in the Senate after that, impeach him again. Every time the Senate clears him, impeach him. Senate doesn't convict, impeach him again. And keep the government shut down through the whole time and end this crap. Right? I mean, that's what they should do.
Would that make life easier for you? You can with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will help you set up doctor's appointments with your pharmacy, even deal with your pharmacist to make sure that you have
Why not?
prescriptions. They'll help you find a doctor, including a specialist. If you've been billed improperly by a doctor
Why not?
or a hospital, they can help you with that too. They'll even be your advocate when you're in the hospital to make sure you get the care you need. And
This is insanity that we're dealing with right now. This is complete insanity.
healthcare issues too, and they can do the same for you. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Call Debbie at I Will Advocates right now. Toll free 1-877-275-2326. 1-877-275-2326.
Okay.
1-877-275-2326.
Yeah. Absolutely. It should have happened, but we're in now, so we got to deal with now. This should be going on right now. And these presidential candidates are all sickos.
This is Lori Kane.
In about a minute, and we'll be back live. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, and everyone like the video. Liking the video helps spread the word about this channel. The most pro-MAGA, pro-Trump channel anywhere. You'll never hear me criticize nor disagree with President Trump ever.
4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
Middleman Eye.
Absolutely.
Practice for cataract surgery. Listen to this Google review.
I just had my cataract surgery, and Dr. Middleman...
I mean, we control the House. You would think, with action in the House, you would think Pelosi still controlled the House with what's going on. Okay, coming back.
Middleman Eye. 2 locations in Jupiter Gardens and West Palm Beach. Call 561-500-EYES. Online at middlemaneye.com. Call or text the Middleman Eye Center today at 561-500-2020
Here we go.
to make an appointment in West Palm Beach or Jupiter.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. You know, this is what really should be going on right now. Kevin McCarthy should impeach Merrick Garland, this outlaw attorney general, immediately. You know, and Richie said, well, he won't get convicted in the Senate. Every time they don't convict him in the Senate, impeach him again. And by the way, they should vote to impeach him, then shut down the government. And keep the government shut down. America is in crisis right now. This is a crisis worse in every way than the Iranian hostage crisis. Remember, America held hostage every day, Walter Cronkite? That's what's going on here. Now, I want to talk to you about Mike Lindell's incredible 20th anniversary offer with the 20th anniversary limited edition MyPillow. 20 years ago, Mike Lindell introduced the world to the MyPillow with that incredible patented fill that he has. And for the 20th anniversary, he is offering a limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow. It has that patented fill inside, color piping cording around it to distinguish the level if it's soft or medium or firm. The case on the outside is made of 100% Giza cotton, which the sheets are made out of, which always keep you the perfect temperature and is so comfortable. The pillow comes with a 10-year warranty. Imagine that, a 10-year warranty for a pillow, and it's completely machine washable and dryable. The queen size limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, is just $19.98. It's a huge discount. It also comes in king if you'd like it, and that's at a huge discount as well. If you already have a MyPillow, get this limited edition one for your friends, for your family, or for yourself, and make your other MyPillows the guest pillows. All right, you can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout. So my Benedict Arnold governor, talking to Jake Tapper, talking yesterday, got 2 clips of Ron DeSanctimonious here, who should immediately drop out of the race, endorse Trump, and stand by him. If he can spend his days in New Hampshire, Iowa, and New Hampshire, DeSanctimonious certainly can go to New Jersey and support Trump. This is an opportunity for DeSantis to try to save his political career. If he dropped out, endorsed Trump, and went to him and stood by him and had a press conference with him against this tyranny, he might be able to get a political future back. Here's Ron DeSantis. Listen to this.
So look, there's a difference between being brought up on criminal charges and doing things like, for example, I think it was shown how he was in the White House and didn't do anything while things were going on. He should have come out more forcefully, of course that. But to try to criminalize that, that's a different issue entirely.
Okay, so he's talking out of both sides. He didn't do it. He said, go home, go home. What do you want to do? And then they shut him down. He couldn't communicate on TV or the internet. My goodness. And he desperately tried on other accounts, and they shut those down too. Remember, DeSantis? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. It's Gina.
Hey, Gina.
My question is, I think we know the answer. Why are they so afraid of President Trump? They have taken every desperate measure to prevent him from running in 20...
It's simple. It's simple. The answer to your question is, they're all corrupt like Joe Biden. I just for example, okay? For example, this proxy war in Ukraine is all about money, right? President Trump said he's going to end it in 48 hours. The war will be over. All these politicians that are getting paid off by the donors, and the donors that are military industrial contractors, well, that's $1 quadrillion. That's just one racket they got going. Everything in the government is a racket to make money. They're all corrupt, bribed and paid for. Public officials. That's the main reason. There's other reasons, but it's always money. If I watch a lot of true crime, right? Most crimes are over money than sex, but mostly money. And that's what it's about. Money, money, money. And he turns the world because he doesn't take bribes.
Oh no, you can't buy or sell him. Absolutely, but guess what? He's coming back, and he's going to roar like the lion.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, listen, thank you for the call.
Thank you.
All right. So DeSantis went over to talk to Jake Tapper, who's a real piece of work. Jake Tapper. Listen to this exchange. This is after everything broke yesterday.
I do have to ask about the breaking news today. Your chief competitor, the front runner right now, Donald Trump, says he was informed that he is the target of Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election, and Mr. Trump has until Thursday to report to the grand jury. If Jack Smith has evidence of criminality, should Donald Trump be held accountable?
So here's the problem. This country is going down the road of criminalizing political differences. And I think that's wrong. Alvin Bragg stretched a statute in Manhattan to be able to try to target Donald Trump. Most people, even people on the left, acknowledge if that wasn't Trump, that case would not have likely been brought against a normal civilian. And so you have a situation where the Department of Justice, FBI, have been weaponized against people they don't like. And the number one example of that happened to be against Donald Trump with the Russia collusion. That was not a legitimate investigation. That was being done to try to drive Trump out of office. And so what I've said as president, my job is to restore a single standard of justice, to end weaponization of these agencies. We're going to have a new FBI director on day.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we have a new FBI director. Yeah, really? Where are you going to find him at? The deep state, the establishment, you jerk? Listen, when you have these criminals, so he mildly tells us they're outlaws. When you have criminals trying to stop a good man who's broken no laws from being president, you want to help them? And you want to become the president instead of the guy they're trying to stop? What good are you if they're not trying to stop you, DeSantis? If they're trying to stop Trump, there must be some things he's going to do that they're terrified of doing. Like these things that you say you're going to do, none of which would happen if you got in the spot because you're a weakling and a coward.
We're going to have big changes at the Department of Justice. Americans across the political spectrum need to have confidence that what is going on is based on the rule of law, not based on what political tribe you're in. And then the second thing I would say is this country needs to have a debate about the country's future. If I'm the nominee, we'll be able to focus on President Biden's failures, and I'll be able to articulate a positive vision for the future. I don't think it serves us good to have a presidential election focused on what happened 4 years ago.
Okay, so DeSantis is saying here, now maybe I'm misreading it because I don't like him, okay? I'm not like Clay Aiken and Buck Sexton playing both sides and not having opinions, okay? But exactly, okay? But it sounds to me like he's joined Jack Smith and Garland here. Where does he say, stop this, remove the Attorney General, this is outrageous. They're arresting the front runner in a presidential race because he's winning. This should be, he doesn't say any of that. In fact, he almost endorses it. He has some mild disagreement with it, but then shares his whole presidential campaign strategy is based around Trump getting arrested. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey.
Yes.
Captain Bernie.
Yes, Bernie.
Calling from New York.
Hey, Captain Bernie. Is that like New York City Police Department captain or in New York? What kind of captain?
Boat captain.
A boat captain. Hey, boat captain in New York. That's a good place to have a boat. So what's on your mind, Captain?
Brian, you are defending a criminal, coward, scumbag.
I think you might have misunderstood. I'm not defending Joe Biden or Merrick Garland. I'm defending the great President Trump.
Great. I've been in the military. That man gives up our country, our military secrets.
What secret did Trump give up? Excuse me, what secret did Trump give up from the military?
He gave up military locations and plans.
So where?
If your son was in the military, you'd be...
What military plans of military action did he give up?
Now,
well, no, you know already. Yeah, listen, you don't know. Okay, then if he did it, then why don't you know? Joe Biden, hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Excuse me, can you watch your mouth? I had to hit the dump button, and I've muted you while the delay builds back up. But please hang on. You can't use filthy language like that on the radio, okay? I know you're from New York. Have some decency. You're a liberal. Joe Biden, you said he gave out military secrets. Joe Biden last week gave out a classified military secret that the United States military is dangerously low on ammunition. What's your response to that?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you said giving out military secrets is dangerous and endangers the lives of men and women in uniform. You said if I had a son in the military, I'd be upset. Joe Biden told the world that the United States military is almost out of ammunition. That's classified information that puts in jeopardy men and women in the service. What should be done to Joe Biden for releasing that classified, very dangerous information?
Why do people like you, when people make statements about Trump, you bring up Pelosi?
I didn't mention Pelosi. I said Biden.
Biden, Pelosi,
Because I can back up what I say. He gave classified information to the enemy, Joe Biden, with that. I gave you as an example. You said that Trump did it, but you can't give me an example.
Listen, I'm not a college graduate, but I can tell you Trump is an imbecile. He's stupid. He's a coward. He's everything. He's a criminal.
He's a criminal?
Absolutely a criminal.
What crime did he commit? It's not the secrets. You couldn't give me an example. What crime has he committed?
Give you an example. I know people that owned businesses that imported granite for his hotel in Atlantic City. They expended much of their life's finances to get the stuff imported to his hotel, and then he screwed them and paid him 10 cents.
Paid him 10 cents. What's the name of these friends of yours and their companies? Well, wait a minute. Maybe we could have them on, and they can talk about how Trump ripped them off. You covering for Trump now? You covering for Trump now?
I'm not covering for.
Well, then give us the information on you. You say you have friends that got paid 10 cents on the dollar by Donald Trump. So let's get them off on the air so they can tell us how Trump stole from them 90 cents out of every dollar.
He said if he shot somebody on 50.
No. You're changing the subject now. Why are you covering for this crime? You said it's a crime, although I don't think the bankruptcy courts would agree. But why are you covering for Trump now?
Why are you protecting him?
He doesn't need my protection. He's done no wrong, unless, of course, you believe making America great again is a crime.
Oh, yeah, he makes America great again. He caused more divisiveness in this country and more...
Really? You Democrats, you know what? You Democrats out there, come on. You're a Trump hater from New York? Because I've been doing this for a long time, and I can tell you're not a Democrat. What are you?
Listen, I don't think...
No. What are you? You say, how do I know you're a Democrat? What are you?
Right. I'm an independent.
Independently liberal. Right. You're an independent who votes Democrat. The Democrats, I know you're not a Republican. You're a Democrat. You're in New York City. Come on. Exactly.
Now.
Oh, my goodness.
Florida now. I listen to you every morning.
Well, I will say this. You've got good taste in radio. But other than that, you're awful.
You're very interesting. And you're awful, too.
No. I'm not awful.
No. It's the truth. Trump.
Yeah.
Bum. He's a bum from New York.
A bum?
He is a bum, a stupid bum.
Yeah, he took $1 million. He took $1 million and turned it into $10 billion. That doesn't sound dumb to me. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, thank you for your call. Had to dump him again. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown.
He said the S word. He said the S word. How can I be interesting but awful? How's that possible? How can I be both interesting but awful? How is that possible? To be interesting and awful. Oh my goodness. Interesting and awful. That's you can't be both. Someone who's awful cannot be interesting. Right? No. I took that break 3 minutes late to talk to that guy. Got to keep control. Oh, mimosa sounds great. One of our sponsors gave me a bottle of very fine liquor. They gave it to me like 2 weeks ago, and I just it has probably the highest alcohol content of anything I've ever had, and I've not had it yet because I'm afraid I won't be able to get up in the morning if I have any of it. But I wish I had it here today to take a shot of it. How do you know I'm a Democrat? Oh my goodness. Independent from New York. Give me a break. Independently liberal. Exactly. Exactly.
The last president says the target letter he got from special counsel Jack Smith informing him he's under investigation for the January 6th riot is disgraceful.
Oh, this is the highest alcohol content of any alcohol. And I've actually been afraid to try it. To tell you the truth. Yeah. All right. If you're on hold, hang in there. I'm going to take the calls after the break. It's not rum.
Hi, we're Comparing Insurance Agency. Right now you're thinking, Comparing? Never heard of them. We know. We also know that you have no idea that Comparing Insurance agents are local and provide expert advice. So to help it stick, we're going to say local...
Jamaican rum's good, though. I haven't had Jamaican rum in ages. On the next cruise, I'll get some Jamaican rum.
Our local agents have minty fresh breath.
Find us at comparinginsurance.com.
Now, I don't want to water it down with ice. I want to taste it. I remember Steve and I, we're out at a Japanese restaurant, and Steve ordered sake, a lot of expensive sake, and I took that first shot of the sake, and I said, "This is awful." He says, "Don't worry." He says, the second one's going to taste better, and the third one's going to taste great. It's getting through that first shot that's always tough. The second one's a little more difficult. I really only drink on the cruises. Oh, man. This is insanity we're in right now, isn't it? This is just an insane world we're in, people. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new to my channel, and everyone else, please like the video, guys. Rum's no problem. I tell you what I don't like. And this is probably not popular, but I don't like whiskey, like Jack. Just not for me. I'm not into whiskey. I'm a tequila guy. I like tequila. I'll tell you that. I do like tequila.
Sounds like it's back to school time, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for school. Save on markers and crayons. Save on notebooks and folders. And right now at Staples, save
all right, we're coming back after this.
with up to $250 off select computers.
Homemade wine? Yeah, like sangria and stuff. Yeah. That was a big thing like in the 70s, making wine at home.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, yes. The monthly arrest of the president is tomorrow. This is just insane. Let's just go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes.
Oh, good morning.
What is with this act, Jay, that you're like busy, like you called and you're distracted doing something? Oh, yes, I forgot. I called. Come on.
Normal conversation. Are you too upset to have it?
Why would I be upset?
Because they evicted your friend again. That's why, but I didn't call that. Let's see if we can try to have a normal conversation. If you can act like a grown man. Let's see if you can try to do it. All right, as I was calling for, one, I'm trying to figure out why would you shut down the whole government for one person that's committed so many crimes that they've convicted.
All right, I'll answer. Excuse me. Oh, wait. He's not been convicted. No. You finished your first question. Let me answer the first question. This is not about Trump. This is about our system of government in this country. and we are living under tyranny, and and the government should be shut down until the tyranny ends.
Okay, he's been indicted going on 3 times, and there's at least 2 more indictments coming down. Do you really honestly think that people who are in charge of all these departments would be indicting a former
Yes.
president?
Yes.
He didn't have any evidence.
Correct. Yes, they would. Yes.
How? You really think you could take these cases to juror people and
well, none of these cases have been before a jury. A grand jury is not a jury.
No, it's not. But you gotta have some evidence to even show the grand jury.
No, there's that old, you've heard that old saying, you can indict a ham sandwich in a grand jury?
Okay, well then put it this way. It's not like this is some little bitty person that we're talking about. We're talking about a man who has made the whole Republican Party scared of him.
Republicans aren't scared of Trump. We love Trump. We love Trump.
Oh, you bunch of mega nuts love Trump.
Now, if you look at every Republican poll in Iowa, all these states that they're polling now, even among California Republicans, Trump is in first place among all Republicans.
Man, the Republicans who voted for Trump when he was running for president before and lost are the ones who are still behind Trump.
Now, excuse me, if the MAGA Republicans were only a fringe group inside the Republican Party, why is he leading in all the Republican primary polls by double digits against DeSantis and all the rest?
Because there's still a bunch of you nuts out there that still believe.
If you're in the minority as you are, and we're in the majority, that maybe you're the nut.
Well, you might call me that if you choose to, but you have to realize that the Republicans in the Senate...
President Trump is also beating Joe Biden in the head-to-head polls. Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Those are the polls you're looking at. The regular polls from everybody else, he is not leading Joe Biden. Do you realize Joe Biden raised $72 million? Trump only raised...
Yeah, and I'll tell you why that is. It's because the military-industrial complex is making boatloads of money off the Ukraine war, and they got to donate money as a payback.
Are you serious? That was
yes.
Misanswer. That was just a dumb answer.
No, it's an answer that you're not prepared for and have no response to.
No, that was a dumb one. Oh, let me just bring this up to you. One time, Steve asked me, how come, what would do if President Trump could pardon himself? Well, they gave the answer on the show the other day because I was right. He can't pardon himself. What he has to do is, if he becomes president again, he has to step down, say he's sick, let his vice president take over.
Where's that at? Where do you hear that at? You're a lawyer?
No, shut up sometime.
Excuse me. Can you use some more clever language other than shut up? I mean, I know you don't like white people, and it makes you feel good to talk to white people like dogs and all, but could you have some decency?
Explain something to you. For all them nuts that be saying all the bad things about me, let me explain something to you. I only get to talk like this with you. And my real life...
What? Did you just call me... Did you just say I only get to talk like this with Jew? Did you just call me a Jew? Did you just call me a Jew?
Like you...
Oh, you! I thought you said Jew. Okay.
You're just stupid. You're stupid. You realize that. Now, as I was saying, people like you, in my real life, I would never let nobody hear me talk like I talk.
Let nobody... that's a double negative. That means you would let everyone talk to you that way.
No, I would not. I would never talk to people like I talk to you.
Why? So when you're not anonymous on the phone, you're like a cowardly little mousy kind of guy?
I'm a grown man that stands up for what's right.
Well, when you say that you said I only get to talk this way to you, what does that mean?
Listen to this. Your shirts are so stupid, somebody had to send you some.
You don't like my clothes? I'm wearing this very nice Florida shirt.
You look like a fool.
Yeah.
Let's spend your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
If you finally started acting like a grown... See, no, I said I wasn't going to go into this sort of doing?
You're criticizing my clothing. You're watching me on. I'm wearing a beautiful Florida orange Hawaiian shirt. You brought up my clothing.
Go into stupid stuff and make me have to go off on you. I don't.
When you say that you only get to talk this way to me, what does that mean?
I don't let people know how I feel about Trump or anything else. I never discuss Trump on my life, outside of my life, besides right here. Never. I don't talk politics with anybody. I only get to voice my opinion.
Oh, so you're I was right. You're a mousy little quiet guy who's afraid of his own shadow, and when you're not on the phone anonymously, you're not manly.
Listen, I'm a grown man and always going to be a man. I don't have to.
Yeah, but you don't act like a man except when you're anonymous and on the phone.
Because I'm not a disrespectful person. I'm only disrespectful with you because you're a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fool. I watch you because you're a fool.
Yeah.
And you because you're a fool. Okay, so I watch you because you're a fool. But other than that, I would.
You know, as a little bit of a psychological profile on you, whatever it is whatever circle you're in, you're very angry at the people around you. You can't express yourself, and you call me to get this release of anger. Yeah, you're.
You know what? That might be called. Yeah, you might call it a release. You might call it a release, but other than that, I know how to conduct myself.
But why are you so angry?
I'm not. I don't like Trump. Look what he did to our country.
Made it great again.
No. Do you know there's more racial divide now since he took over?
Really? Give me an example of something Trump did that resulted in racial divide.
No, I'm not going to.
No, you say he caused racial divide. My daughter, she's black. Her first vote for president was for Donald Trump. Tell me something he did that caused a racial division.
He didn't use her vote wisely.
Tell me a racial division that he created.
Probably. She probably went behind that curtain.
Now, under President Trump, black employment was at its highest levels in this country since the days of slavery. In slavery, it was 100% black employment. We had the highest rate of black employment under President Trump since employment statistics were kept. How did he do bad things for blacks?
Do you know it's higher now?
It's not higher now.
It is higher now.
No.
You know what? There's something I want to say. But
No. What did he do that caused racial division?
Let me explain something to you. Do you realize that when Trump took over, he was taking over where Barack Obama left the country, way up. But when Trump came out of office, he left it at the bottom.
No, that's not true. The economy was doing better when he left office than it is now in many, many ways, even after COVID. Listen, I got to run. I'm late for the break. Thanks for the call. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, how you doing? It's Uncle Eddie from Uncle Eddie's Restaurante. Listen up, for all the locals out there, it's time for a deal. Half price entrees? Yep, you heard me right. 50% off all dinners from 4 to 6, Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah, he's got some problems, that caller. Wouldn't you say? He's got some problems.
Forget about it. Where else are you going to get delicious beef brajol, linguine clam sauce, lasagna, pork chops? Nowhere. My prices.
Good, it didn't rain. I rode the MAGA scooter and it did not rain.
And entertainment like at Uncle Eddie's. Where else are you going to go and have the owner sing for you? Come down to Uncle Eddie's. 4050 US 1, just north of Donald Ross Road. 561-508-7799. Hurry up in.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all
Oh, my goodness.
Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of special sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
This is... I've talked to two Democrats in a row, and they're both unglued. Why are they so unhinged? Trump's being arrested for the third time. Jay from Jersey and the captain from New York, they're both unglued. You know, I mean, if Joe Biden was arrested for his bribery, would we be angry? We'd be happy because justice was being done. Why are they so angry after 3 arrests of President Trump? It seems a little off, doesn't it, guys? Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome, yeah. Yeah. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, guys. Everyone, please like the video. There's 1,300 in the live stream right now, so please like the video. That helps spread the word, and I know the over 1,300 of you in there, you cannot all be subscribed, guys. Oh, man. All right, we're coming back after this. Oh, we are winning. A browbeating? Do I look like I've been beaten up? Who sounds miserable between me and these Democrat callers? Are you kidding me? By the way, make sure you guys click that notification bell too, so you get a notification when I do my live streams with live calls from my other studio that I have at home. I just did a live stream yesterday afternoon, and if you got the notification bell clicked, you'll know when those happen. And I take calls on those as well. I'm charging up my AirPods. I like orange. Orange is my favorite color. You know.
Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. So this is the third indictment, third arrest of President Trump in 3 months. Our last 2 callers were Democrats, Jay from Jersey and the New York boat captain, and both of them are miserable. I mean, think about this. If Joe Biden were getting arrested on Thursday, as President Trump is again, on his bribery charges, that $10 million bribe, would you be miserable or happy? Why are the Democrats so miserable when they got 3 indictments, 3 arrests in 3 months? Can you explain that to me? Now, listen, do you or someone you know or love suffer from neuropathy? I was mentioning yesterday, a couple days ago, after the show, we got a call here at the radio station from a very nice lady. Her husband is suffering from neuropathy, and she called for the number of Lighthouse Medical Center. She missed it when I was talking about it on the show. And, oh, you should have heard her voice. It's just her husband's suffering. Suffering. Neuropathy is a suffering. It is a living torture. And, you know, Steve, his neuropathy was so bad, he was not a functional person. We were concerned because we had the cruise, appearances, and all this stuff. And we found Lighthouse Medical Center. You know, most every sponsor you hear on this program, either I use them, Steve uses them, or we both use them, right? And, you know, like I have the doorbell camera. Steve has neuropathy. And we sought out help for his neuropathy. His doctor, his primary care physician, his specialist, the neurologist said there's nothing you can do for neuropathy. Lighthouse Medical Center has a treatment for neuropathy that works. When you call them, I'm going to give you the number. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. Here's the number, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. I've taken the last 2 breaks, both late, including the top of the hour. Oh, man. So I apologize for this. I got to try to get on schedule, but there's only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Greg from DeSantis.
Hey, Greg. Oh, now every line on the board is now lit. All right, Greg, go ahead.
I don't know what that had to do with me, but
not everything's about you, Greg. It had nothing to do with you. We're talking to the audience. We are talking to the audience, the listeners.
The audience out there, and I'm hoping I can enlighten them. Shutdown, for example, the entire federal government. What portions would that, regard to? Which ones would you shut down?
When the government is shut down, essential functions still operate. Military, Medicare.
Want to shut down?
The park system, that would be one. The Justice Department, the entire Washington branch of the Justice Department and FBI.
Name one more.
I don't know, the press office at the White House.
You like the press office?
How about all foreign funding, all foreign aid?
So
all funding to colleges and universities?
That's going to end for 2 years until Trump gets elected, according to you. You want to shut down all of that.
Oh, and more. Everything.
Oh, so you know how many people will be unemployed due to that? Do you want unemployment to rise dramatically?
What I want is America to be more than freedom in name only.
We all want that, but what I'm asking is, you want all those people to go unemployed and not be able to pay for their...
When the government is shut down, and we shut down the bureaucracy, the federal workforce, they all get sent home. When the government reopens, they all get paid.
Trump gets...
I want to cut off all salaries to the bureaucracy in D.C. and Congress.
Staff,
yes.
Senators.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? Do you know what an idiotic... I hope your audience is listening thinking, that is absurd. You have all these innocent people out there, their families are going to have to not pay their mortgages, not pay their rent, not pay their car payments. I hope they're shaking their heads like...
Well, when our country has been taken over by outlaws, this is what we got to do.
Going to make millions of people suffer. Millions of people. That's what you would...
No, Merrick Garland and Joe Biden are making the country suffer.
I agree with that, but you want to even add on to it. But that was completely... Listen, you know you're listening to yourself thinking, no, I wouldn't really want all those people. A mother that has her...
No, I'm not thinking that.
...is going to be laid off.
I'm not thinking that. I want a free country for the woman and her kids.
You want to lay off millions of people.
No, they wouldn't be laid off. No, they wouldn't be laid off. We would shut down all non-essential operations of the government. Yes.
Those are millions of people. You listed all those entities. That includes secretaries, janitors.
Correct.
You sound like an idiot, Brian.
Well, I will tell you this. When you're talking about what an idiot sounds like, at least you're talking about something that you're an expert in, being one yourself.
Brian, that's sharp as a tack. And the other thing is, DeSantis did stand up for Trump. He said, listen, it's the weaponization of the Justice Department. He doesn't agree with it. He wants his country to move forward, and that's why...
Okay, now let me ask you a question, Greg. Are you going to run like a girl? Okay. No, I didn't call you a girl. I said, are you going to run like a girl? I've talked to the last 3 people I've talked to. Excuse me. Let me ask this. This is a very important question. I have talked to 3 Trump haters in a row. You, Jay from Jersey, and the New York boat captain. You all... I know. Okay. You are just... I don't need you to argue over every syllable. Why are all the Trump haters miserable today when the 3rd arrest is happening tomorrow of President Trump? Why are you guys not happy?
Hey, I'm not miserable, and I don't...
Yes, you are miserable. Listen to your tone.
You don't even know anything about me, Brian. You're the miserable one.
Oh, don't...
You're the miserable one. You're angry.
What'd you say? You want to talk about my clothes, too? What kind of man talks about another man's clothes? What's wrong with my shirt? What is wrong with my shirt?
That's ugly, brother.
It's ugly? This is a beautiful Florida orange shirt that I'm wearing. I love this shirt. I've got 2 of them. Yeah.
The one that's pathetic is sending you shirts telling you, listen, your clothing taste is reprehensible. That's why they're sending you shirts.
You really... Things have gotten so... This is a beautiful shirt. This is a beautiful shirt.
The general public doesn't think so. I can say, I would not... You couldn't pay me to wear that shirt.
Well, there's 2 reasons... Also, you're fat. You're fat?
No, you're small.
Oh, I'm small. Okay, I'm small. There's 2 reasons I wore this shirt today. One, I like this shirt a lot, but And number two, it stands out a lot. It's a beautiful, bright shirt with Florida oranges on it. And I rode the MAGA scooter to the radio station today, the MAGA scooter 2.0. And when I'm riding the MAGA scooter, I wear bright clothing that stands out in traffic, so I'm seen better.
You're seeing, but I don't care about the shirt, to be honest with you.
But you brought up my shirt. I haven't talked about my shirt today. You Democrats and Trump haters keep talking about my clothing. I think this is a beautiful shirt.
Hey, you came out on the record today, and I want to hear some of your supporters. I dare them to call and say, yeah, let's lay off millions of people, impact their lives.
Well, and I'd like. Okay, there's two questions. Should the government be shut down until this injustice against our president stops? And the second question is do you think that this is an awesome shirt I'm wearing? I think this is, what do you think, Mike? You like my shirt? Mike, he said, like Mike, he kind of nodded his head. He likes the shirt. I want to hear from people to tell me if they like my shirt or not. I like my shirt.
More importantly, ask those people, I dare you, because you won't do it. Would you let off millions of people impacting their lives dramatically for 2 years? I want to...
Listen. The entire population of this country from now and for the future will be impacted in a negative way if we are run by outlaw deep staters and bad cops like the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor who misuse their offices. It would be some short-term suffering for long-term freedom.
Oh, yeah, not by you, not suffering by you or your family, not suffering by...
Well, no, I don't live off the government, so no, it wouldn't affect me. Greg, I got to run. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, my goodness. I like this shirt. I got another orange shirt that has blue instead of white background. I got this shirt at Old Navy. You know? My goodness. But when I ride the scooter, I wear more flashy clothing than I normally do because you want to stand out when you're on the road on a scooter or a motorcycle. You know what I mean? So people see you. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Florida weather, it's sunny outside.
Really, no one vacations and enjoys weather.
I just gotta. Steve is hearing echo. Yeah, let me see. Is there something on that should not be on? He's hearing echo in his headphones.
Everything seems normal.
Okay. I gotta.
Everything seems correct.
Okay. Steve Kane Show. Hello? All right.
Hi, this is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house in South Florida and want to sell it fast for a great price, call me at 561-570-7070. I can pay cash and close in as little as 3 days or on your time frame. I can even pay you a cash advance before the closing. I'm a local cash buyer, and I'm looking to purchase more.
Every line on the board is lit. Okay.
Regardless of your situation, I understand that life happens, and I'm here to help you. If you own a home and want to sell it fast and easy, I'll buy it. Call me at 561-570-7070. That's 561-570-7070. 561-570-7070. Just
Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, he's still hearing echo. I asked them that they rebooted their computer. He's still hearing echo.
Oh, I'm just telling that they rebooted the computer and they're still hearing it.
I told him to unplug and replug in the headset and microphone.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe something like that.
Might be loose. So we'll see. Is that Don?
He said, yeah, if the microphone's not all the way hooked up, it could happen. So.
Is that Don?
Oh no, Mike.
Mike. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because everything, the board's the same.
I think everything's set right. I don't see anything being fed that shouldn't be.
Yeah, and the Q's and aux, the sources and program, both sources are in program. I don't think anything else is out of the ordinary. Do you know if he's hearing just the commercials with an echo, or like since like were we on when he was listening?
I'm asking them right now.
Gotcha. He's asking him right now.
I can't get a line out to call him.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, all of our phone lines are busy, so we can't even call him through the station to see. So we're texting him.
But we got to come back. I don't.
About a minute and a half.
Just did and rebooted. Okay.
Alright, so you reboot it, yeah, he's checking right now. I go through the little stages to figure it out.
She said she can hear us. As I'm asking, is. Yeah, I gotta look it up. Let me see if the echo's gone. Yes, it's gone.
Oh.
That did it. I think the mic being loose is the main thing.
Yeah.
If you have it in just a little bit, I don't know why it does that.
That weird, yeah. It usually is on one side.
I could probably do that with these. Because, you know, it's probably because they're in stereo.
I was about to say,
Probably when this, yeah,
samples on the thing,
yeah.
before you push it in, it's,
Yeah.
I just learned that. That's what they were for. But, all right, cool. Just let me know if anything else.
Okay. Now we're having technical problems with Steve's mic. We think we got it. Okay.
They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. But make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, every line on our board is lit, and that really says something because our radio station added a bunch of new lines a few months ago. We have more phone lines than I have had at any radio station I have ever worked at, and every line on the board is lit. So we've heard from 3 Trump haters today. In reverse, we have Greg 2, Jay from Jersey, and the boat captain from New York, who's new to the mix. All 3 Trump haters are miserable, incoherent, angry, and 2 of them are so angry, they're even taking issue with my shirt. Why are they not happy? All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Cynthia from Morton County.
Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia.
Good job. You know, it makes no sense to talk to these people. They're crazy. And the one man, he should go back and read history. I would suggest he could read Kennedy, Goldwater. I mean, there's a ton of books out here talking about the military-industrial complex and how deep it is and what happened back in those days. Ronald Reagan, we can go back even further, Phyllis Schlafly. Many people have spoken about the military-industrial complex. So I would say to him in a nice way, go to the library, read, and get them, and listen to what they write and hear it from their own words.
Well, President Eisenhower, in his farewell address, is the one who coined this. And when you go back, I may make a YouTube video showing him talking about, because what General Eisenhower said in his farewell address, He said, for the first time in history, we have a major sector of the economy that is based on the need for war. And that prior to the Second World War, there would be a buildup if a conflict happened, but now we have a standing sector of the economy that's a pretty big percentage of it that's based on the need for war, and that's what's going on here. Why do you think these Trump haters are so angry today? They got a third indictment in 3 months of Trump, and they're miserable.
Because they really can't think straight, because they're not, I used to go around when I started this, and I would take books with me, and I'd say, it's not me saying it, read page 33 and 34 of whatever book, of Rockefeller's book, or Kennedy's book, or Clinton's book. They tell us what they're going to do. They tell us who they are. I would suggest to the left that they start reading those books.
No.
Stand.
Yeah.
Versus Republicans. This is about a country that's being run by the deep state, whoever the deep state.
Yeah, and the bureaucracy. But I want to say something, though. You said, why do I waste my time talking to these people? And I hear that a lot. But let me explain, though. No, that's okay. I want to explain. When I talked to Greg, too, there, that could have been Jack Smith, the prosecutor. That's Trump derangement. That's how these people in Washington feel about Trump. They're angry, they're out of control, and they're just like these callers I'm talking to. They're incoherent, and they just have power that these jokers I have on the phones don't have. So that's Trump derangement syndrome, and that's what Merrick Garland was appointed to the Supreme Court by Obama. He didn't get it. Trump didn't allow it, and he's pissed off about that because that's a lifetime job of retirement being on the Supreme Court, and he's getting revenge on Trump and the Republicans for not getting that lifetime appointment to the court.
Right. I would say that, I don't engage myself anymore. I mean, I'm on Twitter, I'm on all that stuff, but I don't engage myself anymore. I just bypass them and just put the facts out. But here's another fact. Beth Sobek on Twitter said there's a plan to strike Trump from the ballot in all 50 states. Or listen to what he's saying, because it's pretty scary. And Elise Stefanik, I saw McCarthy's statement, but Elise Stefanik has a statement out that she did yesterday, a House Republican Chair Conference statement on the unprecedented and corrupt witch hunt against President Trump. So she did come out and say it. Steve Scalise said it, but you're right. I think McCarthy, listen, this is what I want to say. Biden, and I had somebody tell me this, okay? Somebody who knows what's going on in the Senate. They knew how dirty Biden was all those years. Where are those Republicans? The Republican senators. Why don't they go to the microphone and talk about what they knew when they were with him and he was a senator? We're losing our country, and they're running around because, you know what, maybe they have something on them. Grow up.
Well, and they're all on the take. And Kevin, shutting down the government, if the House shut down the government, it would be short-term suffering for the long-term gain of having a free country. And I think that's a great way to shake things up. And it would be tough, and the media would be against us, and the Democrats, they'd be whining and talking about people eating cat food and stuff. But I think it's got to be done, and that would be a very effective form of protest. Listen, I got to run for the break, but I appreciate your call. Great call. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm going to get back on. Sorry for the short segment. I went late on every break since the top of the hour break with the New York boat captain, because I've been talking to these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, and if I don't get back on time now, we're going to have a break traffic jam for the rest of the program. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Hey, how you doing? It's Uncle Eddie from Uncle Eddie's Restaurant Day. Listen,
Oh, my goodness.
all the locals out there.
No, that's, what I was saying with these callers, these liberal callers, that's like talking to Jack Smith or Merrick Garland. That's how they think in Washington. He's a criminal. They can't tell you what he did. They just are consumed with rage.
You're gonna get delicious beef braciole, linguine clam sauce, lasagna, pork chops, nowhere.
Yeah, these are my AirPods. Orange is by far my favorite color. I love orange. The cover on my laptop is orange.
Come down to Uncle Eddie's. 4050 US 1, just north of Donald Ross Road. 561-508-7799. Hurry up in.
Brian Craig here. When it comes time to get my blood work done, I don't have time to spend
These-
hours in the doctor's office or waiting hours in one of those big labs. That's why I go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs for all of my lab work. Their techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either. I'm in and out in 15 minutes or less. I get the results the next day in my email box, and they also send it to me.
Okay. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And has everyone liked the video? By the way, please like the video. That helps spread the word. My wife, Kathy, and I will have a new podcast this evening, so look out for that.
Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalwood Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, between Palmetto Park Road and Hillsborough Boulevard on the east side of State Road 7, 441. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is on the south.
No, only about half of you have liked the video, so guys, liking the video helps a lot.
At 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now Coral Springs number is 954-906-5983. And don't forget to mention that you heard about them on the radio. Brian Craig here. I've suffered
So Greg's a big guy and muscular.
but not anymore.
Wears big manly clothes. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Right now with Dr.
These callers are hilarious. Hilarious. I watched the town hall this morning. I watched it this morning. Hannity sucks. Sucks. He keeps interrupting Trump, and he even corrected Trump a couple times when and Hannity was wrong. Sickening. He's too worried about impressing people. And you know the thing about Hannity, he thinks he's funny, and he says these things that he thinks are cute and funny, and they're not. There's, you know, a lot of guys fall into this thing. Their wife or girlfriend think they're funny, and they think they're like comedians. No, guys, your wife and kids might think you're funny, but that does not make you a comedian. They don't see me doing stand-up. Well, he's got that big alimony.
Thank you. We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. Listen up, the Sloman's free home security system and free doorbell camera with professional installation offer is back. You can get a free doorbell camera if you're one of the first 40 listeners who call 1-833-283-5050. I have this doorbell camera. It's amazing. You'll love it. It will change your life. You'll get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield, so you can see your home no matter where you are, right from the palm of your hands. Sloman's is also going to give you a free customized home security system. That's right, and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring, which includes an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. And if you're one of the first 40 listeners who call 833-283-5050, you'll get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman's Shield. 833-283-5050. All right, and I have that doorbell camera. You will love it. It's so good. I was last night I was watching the neighbor's cat on top of their car on my cell phone from the camera. All right, let's go. Who's been holding on the longest here? Let's go right here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Daryl calling from Georgia.
Hey, Daryl.
Brian, I sent you a DM on Twitter. I want you to check this article out. But those angry Trump haters that called earlier, I guarantee you will not hear from them again once Trump beats all these bogus cases and once he becomes president again. These people, I call them commie crats. These people are just on a daily basis angry. You see it all over social media. You know, and I would say the main reason why these people that called in today are angry is because they know deep down inside.
Thank you, Barbara.
That those
You're right.
cases against Trump won't stick.
Yeah.
None of them have stuck yet. With everything that they've thrown against this guy, I call him America's greatest president amongst my liberal friends, and they can't stand it. But
no, he is. He's a greater president than even Lincoln. You know, when Lincoln became president, half the country left, and there was a war, and 500,000 Americans died. You know, he's the greatest president we've ever had. I'm going all the way back to General Washington, and he's exposed something that we've been a free country in name only for decades, and part of making America great again and draining the swamp is to make this a truly free country.
Brian, let me tell you something. This guy, President Trump, has pulled the covers back to show everybody in this country that we've been led by morons.
Yes.
These people, you know, and it really gets me, especially in the Senate, when you have Murkowski, the guy from Texas, I can't think of his name right now.
Ted Cruz.
Not him. You know, it's another senator. I can't think of his name.
Oh, I know. I forgot his name too. Who's the other senator from Texas? I forgot his name.
Are really Democrats. These people they can't stand President Trump because when people are not seeing this whole thing is about money.
Oh, maybe McConnell. He's thinking about
and
McConnell.
the money interest of the elites.
That's right.
And they cannot stand Trump because he threatens their money.
That's right. I mean, just, you know, the one example I use is the war in Ukraine. That's one. You know, he's going to end it in a weekend, 48 hours. They're making $1 quadrillion off that war. And I was talking to a caller earlier. The reason that Biden's campaign donations are so high, that's the military-industrial contract donors giving the payback, right? He's delivered the war. They've been selling munitions and everything else, and tanks and planes and everything else. So they got to pay him back by donating money to his campaign.
Look! You were spot on with that comment, and you made the comment to the guy from New Jersey. That guy there, you know, no one will be to change his mind about Trump. These people are going to, and it's unfortunate because they're taking us down with them, but they have to experience extreme pain. And unless they experience extreme pain, they're going to continue to hate Donald Trump.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, these guys are so consumed with hate, they're even making fun of my beautiful shirt I'm wearing. I mean, they're just so filled with rage. But what I said to the caller before the last break, I told her, I said, talking to Greg too, if I had Jack Smith on the line, that's how he would sound, the prosecutor. The Trump derangement, that's what Trump derangement sounds like.
You know, and every time I see that guy, he looks nervous. Jack Smith.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
He looks nervous. He looks like he's unsure of himself. You know, I can't wait for the great Trump judge in Florida. She should just dismiss that case, just throw it out completely, and then I want to see the responses of all of the lemmings out there.
Yeah.
That hate Donald Trump, but she has every right to dismiss that case because it's a bogus case. Brian, you have a good morning, man.
All right, thanks. You know, I had a very difficult time talking to that caller because he's coherent. He makes sense. I've been talking to these deranged people all morning since the show started, and I'm losing a little bit of perspective. Okay, I'm trying to take these calls in the order in which they were received. A lot of you have been on hold for a long time. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Maria. I'm from Florida.
Hey, Maria. Thank you, Maria. How's the bird in the background doing?
Making too much noise.
Oh my gosh, I hate having. Is that a bird out in nature, or do you have pet birds?
I have pet birds.
Oh my gosh, your poor neighbors. Oh, your poor neighbors. I bet your neighbors hate you. I would hate to have you as a neighbor. I hate that. Oh.
My neighbors, they okay with it. They okay with it. We got I got two neighbors over here. They got birds. But this neighborhood here, this Tamarack,
Yeah.
this neighborhood here full of birds.
Yeah. So what's on your mind today?
Okay, first of all, I am so sick and tired of this foolishness. These people is out of control. Those three callers that called you, not the one you just spoke with, because he was very alert and he was on topic. This is so sad that you would take this country down this road this way. You coming out with not one indictment, two indictments, three indictments, arrest, seizing his phone, seizing his lawyer phone, spying on his lawyer conversation, trying to twist his lawyers to do what y'all want them to do. If you had the evidence, you would have been locked him up. But you don't have it because you were trying to stop him from running. You are trying to use the government to stop him from running Joe Biden.
Yeah.
This red on you. You is the one, and I am so sick and tired of your foolishness. And I'm going to send a message to Ron DeSantis, Ron DeSantis, or whoever. If you think that you're going to distract us to get our vote, think you're going to win because Trump's going to go to jail, let me tell you something. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I am sick and tired of the deep state. I'm tired of all of them. The DOJ, the FBI, the Republicans need to clean house now.
Yeah.
They're going to sit back like they're doing in the Senate because they're all behind it in the Senate. Every last one of them. Every last one of them.
Yeah.
So the suspects. I'm so sick and tired of this. I'm fed up with this crap. You keep trying to indict this man, keep trying to arrest this man, keep trying to take things away from this man. And one thing I can say, God have his back. You are evil and you are disgusting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, Maria, take care. Oh, man. 2 coherent callers in a row. And by the way, both blacks for Trump. Blacks for Trump. All right, let's go to... Okay, here you go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Kevin from Wyoming.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, first of all, thank you for taking my call. I've been on hold for quite a while, and I watch your show every single day. We're in Trump country out here.
Yeah, Wyoming. That's where the Chinese spy balloon flew over Wyoming. Did you see it when it came by?
Absolutely.
Did you really see it? Did you really see it?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that first.
Oh, okay. I asked if it flew over, the Chinese spy balloon flew over Wyoming. I asked if you had seen it, but you hadn't seen it.
No, I didn't see it, but we all knew what was going on here. We
Wow.
got rid of Liz Cheney, too.
That's right.
We're in Trump. And first of all, I want to show you a little love, brother, because you are definitely getting attacked this morning. I've never seen anybody, and I watch a lot of social media. That's where I get all my news from nowadays. But for them to attack your shirt, give me a break.
I know.
I dig your shirt, brother.
This shirt is awesome. This is a perfect Florida orange shirt. My shirt is perfect, like Trump's hair.
Yeah, and I think I have a feeling the people that have been mailing you these shirts, I think you're going to probably find out who it is when you go on the cruise.
Oh.
They're going to surprise you.
They've said... Yeah.
Just like you go cruise.
Oh, yeah. You have a great time.
Anyways, I wanted to let you know how much I appreciated you. A lot of callers that called in before me are saying things that I wanted to say, but I will give you a theory as to why they're like this, my theory. You know, number one, when Trump was elected, he ruined everything. He destroyed their plans. Their plan, that gentleman that was just on a little bit ago said it was about money. I agree with that, but it's also about power.
Mm-hmm.
Power.
That's right.
Thing that happens that everybody wants to know how come they don't pull in what's his face, Gavin out of California because Biden is so
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. I'll tell you what I think happened there.
Real quick, because I got a break.
Okay, I think when they got rid of Pelosi, when we took over the House, I think she was going to be the one that they were going to usher in there, saying Biden was sick or whatever, and they definitely can't have Kamala in there. But that's my.
Yeah, you might be right. Hey, listen, Wyoming, I gotta run for the top of the hour break, but thanks for the call, and I appreciate the compliments on my shirt. All right, take care. We'll be right back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3.
Making fun of my clothes.
Programming paid for by the Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show.
Oh my goodness, my wife Kathy. I sent you some text messages this morning. Oh goodness. I don't know who sent me all these shirts. I have no idea. No one has told me. No one has taken credit. But it's about 14 shirts. And
now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club. After a quiet start on the expressways, now have a multi-vehicle crash in West Palm. That's blocking 4 right lanes along I-95 heading southbound approaching 45th Street.
yeah, Vance. Liberal Al is not allowed to go on our cruise. He's not allowed in our group. You know, our group is a private group, so we can disallow people from being in our group. And I've given his name, because I know his real full name, and some others are not welcome in our group. I've told... we've had some trolls go on the cruises. There was a couple of cruises ago... Ian, our travel agent, had to call security. We had a troll who came on board, and they were told if they didn't back off, they'd be put in the brig. They have brigs on these cruise ships. That was a couple cruises ago. The plank. We had a couple trolls on the last one too. Exactly. Represent Florida, the orange state. That's right. I know, it's nuts. It's nuts. Because our events on the cruise are private events. And sometimes the trolls try to make it to our private events. And one of them tried to come to our martini tasting party, which is a very expensive, all these events we have to pay for. They're included. When you guys, it's included, but we have to pay for them. And they were trying to go into our martini tasting thing, and we had to call ship security, and they threatened to take them to the brig. They'd already gotten tossed out of some other event. The people in the group didn't know. We kept it on the down low. It is crazy. Democrats and rhinos are controlled by globalists. Well, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's all about money. This show has flown by, and it didn't rain. I'm glad I rode the scooter today. Oh, ribeye. That sounds good. You're making me hungry. Okay, let me pull up that story. I'll go through it again. You know, this American soldier that defected to North Korea, he's black, and he had kicked a police car in South Korea, and he was going to be arrested for it, and I'm wondering if he's BLM. What do you guys think? Yeah. Well, it's possible. Ooh. All right, third hour has begun. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I'm Brian. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Okay, phones are hot today. We've yet to find a happy Trump hater. The Trump haters are more upset than the MAGA people are today.
There's more information out than more information available than is out there. Do you know anything about this slate of electors that they took?
No, we haven't got a lot of details on that yet. But there's a news story that I broke this morning. 4 Trump insiders, including one of his attorneys, the feds have seized their cell phones. They've seized the cell phones of 4 Trump insiders, including one of his attorneys, yesterday. Yeah, this is all news. So they're going hard. They're going hardcore. All right, our number is 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And some of these, I know some of you have been on hold for a long, long time. I'm taking the calls as best I can in the order in which they were received. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I gotta tell you something. Why are you so down on all these people losing their jobs, like you said?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, you had a caller a while ago, and you said, "Oh, shut the government down, shut this down."
No, I was saying shut down the government. I was saying Kevin McCarthy should shut down the government until this tyranny ends.
So does that mean what about our Social Security check?
You'll still get your that when the government gets shut down. Whenever you hear about the government shutting down, essential functions still continue. You'll still get your checks. You know, every Friday night at 5, the government shuts down until Monday morning.
Great to hear your concern for the country.
Yeah, he's concerned about his Social Security check. That'll still come. Don't worry.
Is that your major
Well, that's all I need to know.
Okay, so we can stand up for freedom just as long as you keep getting your Social Security. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
To the chase, what concerns him, doesn't care about the country, cares about getting his check.
Yeah, yep.
He's honest about it.
You know, I don't know if Mark Levin still does this, but he used to every Friday on his radio show. Every Friday he would close his show by saying, "The government is shut down. It's 5 o'clock on Friday until Monday at 8." So, you know, the government shuts down every weekend and every holiday and all kinds of other times. But shutting down when they shut down the government, essential functions still are working. But McCarthy shutting down the government would be a message, and it as opposed to getting caught in the hallway and being mildly upset that Trump's being arrested again. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. It's Juan. Hey, good morning, guys. Listen, when the government shuts down, it's only 17%. Like you just said, everybody gets their Social Security check and everything. But here's the other thing, though. You know, Greg is all concerned about these government workers. That's the 17% that I believe to be causing all the grief in this country, the establishment. And another thing Trump said last night on Hannity is that all that money that we're spending, and we don't have any ammunition. So, I mean, and you mentioned this earlier, right, when you said that, you know, this is their, like, last opportunity for them to go ahead and try to enrich themselves because they know that this is all going to come to an end when Trump rises again.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, these bleeding hearts, like Greg's, what are you going to do with these? Go get a real job.
Greg does not have a bleeding heart. He's got Trump derangement syndrome, stage 4.
Well,
I mean, but there's an option. Plus, they get their back pay.
Yeah. I remember when the government shut down when Obama was president. Do you know what crashed in D.C.? Do you know what crashed? No, Netflix. You couldn't Netflix because all the bureaucrats were at home watching Netflix on vacation, and it crashed. It crashed Netflix. Believe me, all those bureaucrats, they get paid when it reopens. It'll be fine. But Kevin McCarthy needs to shut down the government and impeach Merrick Garland. It should be done by the weekend.
I want to keep.
No, tomorrow, there's no schedule today. Tomorrow is when Trump's supposed to show up for this indictment in D.C. is tomorrow.
Whistleblowers were supposed to.
Oh, the whistleblowers are today, but we don't know what's going to happen with that yet because it hasn't happened yet. The whistleblowers are today.
What's going to happen? They've released it.
Yeah.
When they're supposedly the day that the whistleblower.
Yeah, whistleblower X, Mr. X. By the way, did you, hey Juan, did you see Biden yesterday asleep with the Israelis on TV? Okay, did you see that, Steve? Biden was, okay, this is my question. Do you think that's what he looks like at a public gathering without cocaine? Because I'm serious, because President Trump's it's been 12 days, 11 days since the cocaine thing was found in the Situation Room. President Trump's been saying all along it was Joe's cocaine. He said it many times, and I'm wondering if that's what he looks like doing a public function without it. I don't know.
Well, Donald Trump, whenever he says something, it's 99% true. It comes out to be true 99% of the time. So, I don't put anything past this administration because this administration is absolutely corrupt. Like all your callers that have one iota of common sense have been saying it. So having said that, although, listen, I got to, I'll say this. I've used cocaine once.
Oh.
I was really, really young.
Yeah.
Say something. That's a killer drug. So I doubt. I don't know that would, that would be true.
Does it give you energy?
It absolutely does, but it also causes constriction of the blood vessels in the heart, and I don't think that man's heart is.
Yeah. Well, this is what I know. Okay, there's three things I know. One, they found cocaine in a restricted area at the White House. Two, President Trump has been saying since last week it was Joe's cocaine, not Hunter. And three, when I saw Biden yesterday, I've never seen him look so bad and out of it as yesterday. I know those three things. And thanks for and I'll tell you, Steve, when I saw the president on Saturday and I went through the Secret Service, they went through our wallets. Right? And when they went through our wallets, they opened them up and went through the entire thing, where the cards are, where where the money goes. And that's new. I've been through the Secret Service many times. They've never done that. It made us empty out all of our pockets. So what I think has happened is the Secret Service are very angry that they weren't allowed to do the right thing with this investigation. They've elevated their security checks around the presidents. So whoever brings the cocaine in the White House can't bring it in anymore.
The horse being already out of the barn, I think it's a day late and $1 short with the Secret Service.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think they're, well, no, I think they've cut, whoever cocaine it is at the White House, they've been cut off. They can't smuggle it in anymore. Whoever was smuggling in the cocaine can't smuggle it in anymore because they've increased their security checks to a level I've never seen, and I've been through Secret Service many times. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Steve. It's Lisa in Texas. Hey. And hi, Brian. Hi, Steve. Listen, I just want to urge everybody to get on the phones, later after the show and start calling McCarthy's office, because he's got 3 different offices. You can call all 3 offices, and we need to call all the representatives in your states, because everybody that listens to this show is all over the United States and beyond. So everybody needs to call the representatives and call for action. We need to demand that these spineless Republicans get a spine and do the right thing, including DeSantis, which I doubt is possible because he's such a wussy.
Yeah. History. That Tapper interview was pathetic. Listen, this is what they need to do. They need to, by the weekend, impeach Merrick Garland. He's an outlaw. And shut down the government. Shut down the government. Those two things. And McCarthy is so weak. They catch him in the hallway. Oh, yeah, that's a bad thing they did. Basically is what he said.
Yeah, no, we have to pummel them with our calls. That's the only way.
All right, well, listen, I don't want to, okay, well, I appreciate that. I'm looking at the clock. I'm late for the break. I got to run. I've taken every break late today. Yeah, appreciate the call. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor.
Oh, boy.
They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around.
They've just made it where they can't smuggle cocaine in anymore, right? That's what they've done.
Any lab test now of Boca and
Pretty obvious, isn't it?
Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Sorry, guys. I'm just looking over a couple articles. Oh, goodness. There's over 1,200 in the live stream right now. Make sure you're subscribed and that you like the video. If you saw Biden yesterday, I have never seen him so out of it. That was the most out of it I've ever seen him. Most out of it I've ever seen him. The way he was with his head down, it was...
Look better and feel better about yourself. Brian Craig here with a great new message.
Oh, yeah.
Elegant Youth. Their new semi-glutide treatment burns fat, boosts energy levels, suppresses appetite, balances blood sugar, and promotes rapid weight loss. Elegant Youth is in the Sandalwood Plaza, right next to any lab test now of Boca. Give them a call right now. 561-717-8081. 561-717-8081. Online at elegantyouthboca.com.
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and my husband and I received our My Pillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane the other day, the buy one get one free, and they're our first My Pillows, and we love them. We absolutely love them. They're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad. I got slippers on the way too.
Go to mypillow.com and use our promo code Kane to check out KANE and buy your My Pillow 2.0. Right now, buy one get one free. You can also order by phone.
Oh, man.
716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Call us on hold. Stand by. Now, if you're sick and yes. Spot.
But please, I get the picture. But if you would do me a favor and I know we don't screen on this show, it's our policy, but I would like to get somebody that understands what the TV schedule.
Okay. Well, the hearing's going to be on all day during the day. But okay, so now listen, I got to ask you an important question here. Are you sick and tired of suffering with pain? Go and see Dr. Appleton. He's my chiropractor. He wants to be your chiropractic physician too. And talk to him about the laser away pain treatment. You know, I know a lot of you if you're taking medications for your pain, you got to be tired of that. Medications, first off, a lot of them are addicting. You know that. I mean, look, come on. But if you're taking medications, even over the counter, all you're doing is masking the pain. You're not fixing the problem. And oftentimes, I've had this happen to myself in my life. You take medications because you're in pain, and because you're not feeling the pain, you do things with that part of your body you shouldn't be doing, and you actually make it worse. Are you tired of taking shots for your pain? Oh my goodness. Stop doing all that. Go see Dr. Appleton. I'm going to give you the number. A couple things. One, mention you heard about him on the radio, because it's a no-charge consultation with Dr. Appleton when you mention you heard him on the radio. Okay, that's number one. And number two, appointments are not necessary and walk-ins are welcome even on Saturdays. And you know, with his laser away pain treatment, there are no drugs, no shots, no downtime, and no contracts like these other doctors require. You just pay per treatment. You can find him online at AppletonChiro.com or give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. All right, we're going to go back to the phones. Now, we've heard from many Democrats today. All of them have been miserable and deranged. We have not heard from one happy Democrat. Yeah.
You know what the
The hearings are going to be all day, Steve. So probably starting around 10-ish, if I'm correct. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
James from Boca.
Hey, Boca.
Hey, guys, it just comes down to this. If you're not going to be for Trump, you're either a communist, you're making money on all this, or you're just an idiot, and you got to quit watching the mainstream media.
Yes.
It's scary. It's so, in the last 2 years, how scary America has become. And pretty soon, are we going to be like France? You know, yes, we do need to shut the government down. I'm 100% with you.
I know shutting down the government, okay, all right, you know. Had to hit the dump button there, guys. Had to hit the dump button. No more calls until the delay rebuilds. But I'll say this while we're waiting for the delay to rebuild before we take calls. I understand shutting down the government is mostly symbolic, okay? And it would because only non-essential functions. You know, the reason that Democrats and the media get upset when the government shut down is if it's shut down, say, for like a month or 6 months and no one notices, right? The Democrats get panicked because they got all these things going on in the government that you really don't need. Essential services continue. I understand it's mostly symbolic, but it's still a very, very visual, symbolic gesture to make of protest. Well, to stop Garland from his persecution of President Trump.
Let me just try to put more of a fine point on it. This is, as I see this, and maybe it's the age, maybe it's because I'm older and I have a little bit of a different historical perspective. This day reminds me of a couple other days I've had in my life. One of them was the Alexander Butterfield Day. Do you know who Alexander Butterfield was?
I'm assuming something with, if it rings a bell, something with Watergate.
Yes, very good, yes. Alexander Butterfield was the man who, in the middle of the Watergate hearings, they broke for lunch one day, and they were talking about a tape system that had been installed in the Oval Office. And the last question they asked before they broke for lunch was, did they have any of the tapes from, that had been recorded in Nixon's office? And Butterfield was, he said, oh yes, we have everything, all the tapes of Nixon, every meeting he ever had, we've got it all on tape. And I turned to the gentleman I was watching with, and I said, that's it. I said, if they've got everything Nixon said on tape, this thing is over. And sure enough, that was the key moment. Once they realized they had everything said on tape,
Yep.
the game was over. Well, this is a similar day here. I mean, the years, I don't know how many decades have passed by since then.
About 50.
That was a turning point in the history of the United States, that one day, that one lunch break. This is a similar day here, and I suggest that we pause and savor it a little bit, recognize the similarity, and hope that if we get lucky, the big important thing today is it going to go as we planned? Because this is how it's supposed to go. How it's supposed to go is this supposed to bring, I believe there's three major, what do they call them?
The whistleblowers?
Three major whistleblowers to testify under oath that are going to tell everything, first time, first hand.
On TV live, not behind closed doors, yeah.
No secrets, the whole truth laid out there just like.
Including Whistleblower X. I love that name. Whistleblower X is the IRS agent.
Right. And now, are they going to all follow through? Are they going to chicken out at the last minute? Will any of them chicken out? Will all of them chicken out?
By the way, it starts at Citizen X testifies at 1 p.m. I'm reading.
Yeah, but should be some testimony to say.
I don't know. But I know, yeah.
Yes, I want to get that information out to the audience.
Well, just put the TV on starting at 10, and because I know this, but the main whistleblower is going to be at 1 o'clock today. All right, we got time for one call before the bottom of the hour. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bill from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, guys. Hey, listen, just a couple things. You touched on something, Steve, about Watergate. Remember, Biden's been in here in the government since before Watergate. Okay. The FBI has already cleared Trump. I have a statement here from Reuters. I don't want to get into it, but it said, real quick, it says, they found no evidence that he or people directly him or were involved organizing the violence according to the current and former law enforcement agencies.
No, but what I'm worried about this statement that I heard on our news between, evidently they have some electors.
Oh, that's a whole nother story. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You worry about everything. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that one.
And one other thing. Remember Biden said something that we were going to do something to the president legally. Remember that? We're going to stop it legally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember he said that? Because he kept
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So the pictures did we know? The people know it. Okay. We all know it. So it is what it is.
Where do the whistleblowers fit into your picture of reality today?
Oh, I think that's the reality. Listen, the world knows, the people know that Biden.
What's going to happen?
Well, well, here's the thing. It's not a coincidence that this indictment of Trump out of D.C. is happening at the same time as Whistleblower X. Okay, the Biden regime are terrified of the whistleblowers. That's why the Trump indictment just happened in D.C. That's it broke because they need something to take the whistleblowers out of the news cycle. And tomorrow Trump's supposed to show up. Yeah, that's why. They're terrified of the whistleblowers.
Garland was a perfect pick for the AG because he is so upset that he didn't get the Supreme Court.
Oh, he's pissed. He's pissed.
And they knew that he was the perfect pick for this.
And everything here shows that the Republicans did the right thing, not putting this monster on the Supreme Court. He's a tyrant.
Right. And the problem with Republicans is real quick again. They want to keep the union, okay? But the union is already gone.
Yeah. Listen, I got to run, okay? And no, it's not time to do that. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
I've used the dump button more today than I've used it on any particular day in a long time. Yeah, at least. I haven't heard from him, so I'm assuming, yeah. Let me see.
Brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best
Okay.
store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
West Palm Beach said earlier, multi-vehicle crash that was blocking the full right lane along I-95 heading southbound approaching 40 Good Street is now down to a single right lane block. Stopping for traffic is going back to North Lake Boulevard. You can still take Military Trail or Congress Avenue as your lane alternates. The rest of the Palm Beach is very center free right now on the expressways. The turnpike is moving up to full speed to both Latonia and Jupiter. We're seeing heavier delays on 95 heading northbound from Deerfield Beach into Boca, so you may want to take the turnpike instead. This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. The Dell Technologies Black Friday and July event starts now with savings on select Bosco, Latitude, and XPS PCs with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get free shipping on
If you're new, make sure you're subscribed.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC features daily cash games, mega bad beat jackpots, and big money tournaments. Plus, daily high hands every 20 minutes from 9 a.m. to midnight. $250 Sunday through Wednesday and $500 on Friday and Saturdays. Plus, tournament players earn points toward cash prizes and big buy-ins. Visit our newly expanded casino table game area with Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hi, this is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers, and we pay cash for houses. If you want to sell your home fast and easy without a realtor and save thousands in commissions and closing costs, call me at 561-570-7070. You can sell us your home in as little as 3 days or on your time frame. We can even pay you a cash advance before the closing, and we guarantee to make you a fair and honest offer. Our home buying process is simple, and we can make you a cash offer over the phone or in person, whatever works for you. Do you have a home that needs a lot of work? Did you inherit a house you don't want? No problem. We can buy your home no matter the condition or situation. You don't need to clean or fix anything, and there's no commissions or closing costs. If you want to sell your home fast and easy, we'll buy it. Call us today for a free offer. 561-570-7070. That's 561-570-7070. 561-570-7070.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button? Would that make life easier for you? You can with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will help you set up doctor's appointments, help with your pharmacy, even deal with your pharmacist to make sure that you have your prescriptions. They'll help you find a doctor, including a specialist. If you've been billed improperly by a doctor's office or a hospital, they can help you with that too. They'll even be your advocate when you're in the hospital to make sure you get the care you need and the care you deserve.
Oh boy, I tell you. 3 months, 3 indictments. Each indictment's an arrest. It's crazy. It's hard to believe it happened the first time. Oh yeah, Biden was out of it yesterday. Oh, it is a beautiful day. It's why I rode the MAGA scooter today. Oh. Well, thank you. I like the shirt too. That's just Trump deranged. You know, that the thing about the shirt with those collars, that's Trump derangement syndrome, right? Nothing Trump does is right. Everything he does is wrong. And that's how they are with me, these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers. I am starving. I am so hungry. Every once in a while, I'm like I don't eat in the mornings because if I eat before I go on the air, it makes me go to sleep. So I eat after the show, and every once in a while, at the last hour of the show, I'm like, my stomach's growling. Oh, good. Public subs. If you come to Florida, you've got to go to Publix. That's our big grocery store, and get a Publix sub. Publix subs are like in this big Florida delicacy. Publix subs, key lime pie, and Wings Plus in Coral Springs. All right, we're back. Phone's very busy today. Our number 1 888 go Kane 1. Yep.
As you live through these moments in history, they seem like they stand on their own. Like this is the first time all this has happened. This has happened a lot of times before in our history. A lot of it I was too young for. Like
Teapot Dome.
Scene in On the Waterfront.
No, I haven't seen On the Waterfront in a long time, so I don't remember.
Oh, I'll just bring it to mind because I know that's one of the greatest American films ever made. It was about the dock workers unions and how there was. It's based on the corruption that was involved in the shipping.
Longshoremen's Union, probably, if it's the docks.
That's right. And I'm trying to remember if the name of the guy who was running the hearings was Kefauver. He was a senator from Tennessee, if I remember correctly. I was very young for that one. And in the movie, they do it so great, but the big confrontation with Johnny Friendly, the union head, testifies and makes a lunge at Marlon Brando as he's walking out of the. You remember this?
Yeah. No, I don't. I'll have to watch it again.
Scenes of an American film, but it was an era that happened. Those things were on reality. The Army McCarthy hearings with Roy Cohn and that was a wild hearing too, when they expelled McCarthy from the Senate hearing and threw him out of the Senate. I remember that picture of him walking out the door when they threw him out on the last day. They voted him out of the Senate. These are great moments, and it remains to be seen how this fits in his story.
I don't think the hearings today are not going to be remembered in history. And I'll tell you why, Steve, I'll tell you why. When you go back to these other things, right, and Watergate's the other one, all right? The first one doesn't count because that's a movie, but when you're, I know, but when you're talking about McCarthy and Watergate and this incident, the first two have something that this one doesn't. There's a difference between McCarthy, Watergate, and this today. It's pretty simple. I mean, and the first two are historically remembered. Those were Republicans. McCarthy was a Republican. Nixon was a Republican. Joe's a Democrat. So the media and don't put the same emphasis. All the history books and documentaries are made by liberals, so they hype those. They won't hype this. That Watergate was jaywalking compared to what this guy's doing, and that's why today's hearing, it'll be exciting today, but historically it'll be a footnote because it's about a Democrat, not a Republican. That's how it works, and it's disgusting. And Joe McCarthy was right. Look, the communists are now running our country, right? I could be wrong. I'll throw that out to you and the callers, but yeah, but I'm right. I know. I know. All right, listen, our number is 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I want to say one thing before we go to the calls because I will forget. You know this U.S. Army soldier who's a defector to North Korea? Did you see this, Steve? Okay, we learned two things about him. We got his identity. He's black. That's one. Two, He was in jail in South Korea because he kicked a police car. And then he got out of jail. He defected to North Korea. I'm going to make the prediction right here. That guy is BLM. He's Black Lives Matter. He's another Brittany Grenier. And he attacked that police car in South Korea because he's BLM, that soldier, and he thinks things are going to be great in the workers' paradise of North Korea. What an idiot he is. It was a South Korean police car he had vandalized, and he was in jail for vandalizing the police car, the soldier. He's black. He got and who attacks police cars? BLM. So, yeah, he's a U.S. Army soldier, BLM, attacked a police car, and now he's off to the workers' paradise. And I'll tell you what, they don't discriminate against black people in North Korea. You know why. You know the answer to that. Say, well, now there's one. Now there's one, and he's going to learn. He's going to be, he's going to learn. That's right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield?
Yes, Brian.
Hey, Brian, how are you today? Listen, I didn't see the video you said, hi Steve, how are you today? I didn't see the video where Biden went to sleep when he was talking to Herzog, the president of Israel. If this is true, we've got a major problem, and I think you're right about needing the cope to get through the day. Israel's preparing for a four-front war. They got trouble with Hezbollah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, everybody over the internal strife, everything.
Yeah, and look at the Democrats. Slow down on that first. A couple things here. The Democrats are censuring their own for saying anti-Semitic things, about Israel. You know why they're doing that?
Censoring their own?
Yeah.
For the political cover?
No, because they're trying to. They opened up their mouths at the wrong time. For the last few days, the Democrats have been trying to tell us that Robert Kennedy Jr. is an anti-Semite. So being an anti-Semite for the Democrats is a bad thing right now because they're trying to get Robert Kennedy out of the race, and then you get Omar and Jayapal and who's that Palestinian they got there? They're running their mouths about Israel, and they can't stand. They had to shut them down. They had to shut them down because of that. And I got news for you. Robert Kennedy Jr. is not an anti-Semite, and shame on the Kennedy family for throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, it really is. No support whatsoever from him, and I tell you, when you see him, he continues to impress. He really does. I'm a MAGA guy all the way, but I do respect.
Well, listen, this thing with Biden, though, yesterday that you referenced, I have never seen him so bad. He was sitting in the chair, his chin was on his chest, he was asleep, he was talking about Prime Minister Netanyahu and all this stuff. And I was talking about this enhanced Secret Service search that I went through when they went through all of our wallets. In fact, people waited in line over 4 hours to get in. I got through the VIP entrance, but people waited in line over 4 hours to get in because of this heightened search. And I think the Secret Service, because they're upset at what they were forced to do in that investigation at the White House, have increased security around presidents so that whoever smuggles the coke into the White House can't bring it in, because that's probably where they smuggle it, is in their wallet.
This is unbelievable. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This guy needs the coke to get through a meeting now. But now these meetings are so important. I mean,
they might fare better when he's asleep.
Well, yeah, you know what? I mean, it's really.
I mean, that's just.
This is the United States in the White House,
I mean, the whole world is in a precarious position because of this. Everything is.
Absolutely.
When you see Steve, when you see Biden yesterday, he looked comatose. I've never seen him so bad ever. I'm not. Yeah, go and look. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks for the call. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve King Show.
All right, and it's the highlight of the show, Gold Report time. Each day at this time, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking today?
The metal's looking very good. Nice day yesterday as we saw gold gain $23.20 up to $1,977.70, trading all the way up over $1,980 during the day. The silver was up 26 cents, closing at $25.02 the ounce. Platinum was up $5 at $983, and palladium gained $34 yesterday, closing at $12.96. A little bit of a pullback on gold this morning. We saw gold trade overnight between $1,970 and $1,981. Currently at $1,975.50. That's down $2.20. Silver up 18 cents at $25.20. Silver trying to establish itself back over that $25 number. It looks like it might just do that today. Platinum down $2 at $9.81, and palladium down $6 at $1,290 the ounce. And as we said last week, gold has set up a nice pattern of establishing higher lows and higher highs.
Yeah.
It's constructive for a much higher price, and that's what we're seeing as we go forward.
Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome. You know, there's a story in the news today, William Youngman. If you look for it, you'll see it. A man in Kentucky found over 700 gold coins buried in a Kentucky cornfield. And they're all old coins, like $1 gold Indians, $10 gold liberties, $20 gold liberties. That sounds like somebody back in 1933 started burying their stuff and forgot about it. But people that are looking for pre-33 gold, can you tell people about that and why they should come to you to get their pre-33 gold?
Yes, indeed. We've made a market in pre-33 U.S. gold coins for 50 years. And we have it in stock and have beautifully graded and guaranteed coins encapsulated in the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation capsules or in the professional coin grading services. That's the only way you should buy them, actually. That's the safest way, guaranteeing their authenticity and their grade. So we do have those in stock and offer them.
And I'll, at very reduced prices, and I don't know if you want to say this, William Youngman, but I'm going to say it because I know it. You see people selling pre-33 gold all over the place. They jack the price up on that pre-33 gold so far and above what it really should go for. So if you're a pre-33 gold person, and I know a lot of you are, there's only one place for your pre-33 gold, and that is with William Youngerman. And no matter where you're located, you can do business over the phone. 1-800-327-5010. He opens up at 10 a.m. 1-800-327-5010. Online at williamyoungerman.com or stop in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day. Thank you.
All right, back after this.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is...
All right, we are back. I'm here, Steve's here, and oh boy, it's going to be a busy week. All right, let's go. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Oh, the one listener who's not invited on our cruise, Liberal Al.
My heart's broken. Anyway,
I'm glad you missed me out on this great day. Do you agree it's a great day in history? Coming off?
The covers are coming off as Trump is an insurrectionist. I've been saying he wasn't for...
Excuse me, Mr. John Durham cleared him of all that.
Of that.
FBI cleared him of that. Liz Cheney's committee cleared him of that.
That's not true.
Listen. If let me ask you this question now. I'm so glad you called. You're the most coherent Trump hater we've had today, which is isn't that something? I know, that's crazy. Let me ask you this: if Trump is responsible for what his supporters did on January 6th, you must agree that Bernie Sanders is responsible for his campaign worker that shot Steve Scalise, since now politicians are responsible for what their followers do, correct?
You can't conflate those two. You know.
Well, if elected officials are responsible for... No. Yes.
You admire Joseph McCarthy. You just said you admire him.
He was right. McCarthy was right. We're run by communists now.
Oh, so Jack Smith is a communist because he's a good prosecutor?
His wife, Jack Smith, a good prosecutor, he lost that bribery case with Menendez, And it doesn't sound like too good. I mean, he had all the evidence on that guy, and he lost that case. Jack Smith's wife produced a documentary on a communist, the wife of a communist, Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama.
A communist doesn't make you a communist.
If you're honoring the communist, it probably does.
On history, you're teaching history.
Ah.
So allegedly you're a history major.
Yes, yes.
Are you going to get back your degree?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Allegedly, you're a thinking person.
Allegedly, you don't believe in the law because you don't believe.
Yeah.
You sanction people breaking in and beating up cops.
No, nobody sanctions that.
For the looking forward to the hearings this afternoon.
Well, James Comer is a wannabe Joseph McCarthy, so that hearing is.
Oh, that means he's a good, honorable man who wants to get to the truth of things. That's the nicest thing you've said about a Republican in a long time. Comer is just like McCarthy. Thank you. That's nice of you.
All the guys did was.
Let me ask you this: If Comer is like McCarthy, what are you like? Who are you like? If he's like McCarthy, who are you like? Liberal Al, you are like who? Somebody that we would all know.
Sorry to be like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Oh, a successful bum. A successful bum. You know, the first full-time job Bernie Sanders had, hold on, the first full-time paycheck he had, he was 40 years old when he got elected as mayor. Yeah, a lot. So you aspire to be a bum who lives off the government.
Well, I think you've been successful.
I would say you're more like Fetterman, at least mentally.
Yeah.
He didn't go on employed for 22 years.
Wait a minute. He worked? What did Bernie Sanders do for work? What jobs did Bernie Sanders have other than government jobs, elected jobs?
He worked for a newspaper.
Full time? Some commie free newspaper is not a job. I'm talking about a full-time job. His first full-time job was when he got elected mayor at 40. He's a bum.
You know it's not true.
No, it is true. I know. It's hard to believe. I know, but that's it. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
JJ from New Hampshire. Good morning, guys.
Hey, JJ.
Been a great show today, Brian, Steve.
It's been a great show today, just today.
Except for it's obviously great every day, Brian. Like your shirt, like your.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about Tugboat, Love Boat out of New York, and you got Jersey J with the fashion advice. Now this guy, I mean, the Democrat Communist Party has a lot of interesting supporters.
Yeah.
I look at these indictments against Trump, and I think you mentioned the electors out of Michigan, Steve.
Yes.
They're basically
like the guy in Miami that worked for Trump, so that since they don't have money for representation, they can try to get them to say whatever they have to say to get the charges to go away.
Exactly. Either they get them on that, or they get them on. If they don't do that, then they get them
Yeah.
on some rinky-dink made-up charge, and then they
Yeah.
get the points, and that's the bullet points for the communist Democrat media.
It's intimidation.
Yes, it's all it is. There's so many things like that going on, and communists, as far as this last caller goes.
They usually are. Well, not in the end. Not in the end. Yes.
Not in the end, because Trump gets elected. And, I mean, I believe that's going to happen. I'm being an optimist, but I believe it's going to happen. But even if it doesn't,
You'll get an interesting clue from the results of what's going on here, because this is another thing to watch. Because so far, every time they pulled one of these things on him, his numbers have. Shut up.
But Steve, I don't know if they can go any higher. They're so high now. There's not much. 100% is the greatest of a whole, and he's in the 60s. I mean, we're losing. We can only go so high in a poll because there's always going to be some Democrat jerks, you know.
And the problem earlier, a caller had mentioned about impeachments, and the impeachment is not to get the person, they're not going to get voted out, but it's like an information explosion to Democrats because they'll cover it, and then Democrats who don't get any really truthful information.
Well, okay, this is what I'm suggesting. I think Kevin McCarthy yesterday was weak. He got caught in the hall, and they asked him, and he said it's a very bad thing. Kevin McCarthy needs to impeach Merrick Garland and shut down the government, and that includes cutting off all salaries for Congress people and their staffs until this is settled. I mean, right now, you know, Steve, I'll tell you what, you use some. Well, you never know. You talk about if we start demanding it, they might. If we start getting people talking about it, but you were talking about historical moments that this is like. I don't think this is like Watergate or McCarthy. I think this is like the Iranian hostage crisis. I think America is being held hostage by tyrants and gangsters right now. That's how I feel. I don't know. What do you think, caller?
Yeah. I think absolutely. We're being, and the main force of that, Brian, the main force of the communist.
The only problem with what Brian is saying is you're not going to get Congress to vote to withhold their own sap.
The Republicans might. Yeah.
Good luck.
They're all rich, Steve. They're all rich. The Republican Congress. They got money. They all got deals going.
There's nothing in their history that makes me feel like they get that much testicular fortitude.
The way that they do, the way that they handle, the way the Democrat, the communists, it's all a lie. Now, in Russia, they knew, that everybody knew, but here, the Democrat voters don't know. There are some that do, but there's a great portion of I look at this tugboat guy that called from New York.
Oh.
He was so uninformed, it was amazing. And, you know, and Jay, I don't know, maybe those two are related somehow, but Jay out of Jersey is just, he's, I would say, blissfully ignorant, but he's not blissful about anything. He's blissfully ignorant. And you can't, it's hard to get through to that. It's hard to penetrate, to penetrate.
Yeah, but Jay sounded like a fashionista today. He's giving fashion advice. He's a RuPaul.
Yeah, he's on the runway.
Yes, Runway Jay. Yeah.
Runway Jay. Okay, guys.
All right, take care. You're on.
Beautiful shirt.
Oh, it is nice. It is a nice shirt. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, hey, Joellen.
So these people are going to seize the attorney's phone. We're talking about.
They've taken the phones of 4 people that worked on Trump's 2020 campaign, including one of his attorneys, Boris Epstein, that's always on with the War Room with Bannon. Yeah, they've taken their cell phones.
So they have such a great case towards Trump about this. So what? That's like they're looking for.
They're fishing.
Yeah. So they don't have enough evidence to do anything. So they have to find the crime to meet. However that saying goes. I don't know.
Well, they don't have. Listen, what they're trying to find is they're trying to find text or emails on the phones. A couple of things. Either something that some correspondence with Trump that they can use, or blackmail material. Like if one of these 4 guys hires hookers or something, or watches porn or something, they want to find out, because once you're in someone's phone, you're in all their computers, right? Because you've got everything from all their computers. They're fishing for either some evidence that they can use against Trump or blackmail material. That's what they're searching for.
But of course, Democrats are unlawful.
Like remember, what was the name of the black Republican that died of COVID? We were with him at Wings Plus, Steve. The guy that was the who am I talking? The guy that he got COVID. He died. Who was he? He was the one that was the CEO of the pizza company, Godfather's Pizza. Herman Cain. Okay, when Herman Cain was running and was a threat, all of a sudden, I turn on the news, and it turns out he was a sugar daddy to this white girl in Atlanta, and they went through his cell phone and got his text messages and called him up from the sugar baby's phone, and that was it for Herman Cain. He was out of the running from then on. That's what they're doing with these guys. You know, they think everyone's as scummy as the Bidens. And if they get these guys' phones, they think one of them might be a sugar daddy to some girl, so something that they can do to get them to flip on Trump. And by flipping, I mean manufacturing things. Oh my goodness, we've got 10 seconds left, Joe Ellen. Thanks for the call. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name's Brian. Steve Kane, of course, is here. Don't miss a show because this is the hottest news time of my entire career. God bless America, and of course, God bless the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. See you tomorrow.
WNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown.
All right, guys, got to run. See ya.